or something of that.
The following is a presentation of Eagle Radio and KINA Sports. Trojan basketball is on the air. This is Countdown to Tip-Off for Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA Sports. Coming up, you're going to get a full preview of area games, analysis on this matchup, and keys to a Trojan win. Now let's head to the gym for Countdown to Tip-Off right here on KINA.
Welcome into Southeast of Saline High School, where it is senior night. And back-to-back nights, the Southeast of Saline will be on the air here on KINA. Also, live stream video on SalinaPost.com after a big sweep and 2 victories in Ellenwood last night against the Eagles. Southeast of Saline back on the court here for senior night here in the last regular season home game for the Southeast Trojans. Hi, everyone. My name is Devin Haney, along with Tyler Smith and Big Sam Pretty, producing and engineering at the KINA studios. We will bring you a doubleheader of Southeast of Saline basketball here this evening. And as I said, once those games get underway, we'll also have all the action for you, live stream video on SalinaPost.com, brought to you by our friends at Commercial Tire Centers. Senior festivities also brought to you here tonight. As we talk about these seniors, there are 3 on the girls' side, 5 on the boys' side. We'll talk about them, and we'll get coaches' thoughts about the seniors as well. Senior night festivities always brought to you by our friends at New Image Audio, where I know the temperature doesn't feel like it right now. It's super nice outside today, but you're going to wish you had remote start sooner or later. Whether it's extremely cold or extremely hot, remote start from New Image Audio. They can put it on most any vehicle. They'll give you a free quote. Talk to TC and the gang over at New Image Audio and get your free estimate for a remote start on your vehicle. Tyler, last night, a pretty good night on the road. It was kind of a weird Monday playing right after a Super Bowl, then you're back in action. Just no easy way to get to Ellenwood, but once you're in there, you play in an old gym. Kind of have a throwback night, saluting one of our own, along with one of Ellenwood's own, and Francis Flax. And, boy, it was a super good night on the court for both of these squads. Both teams come out of there with double-digit victories.
Yeah, what just a cool idea, and what a cool thing they did to highlight those coaches. Coach Flax, so well deserving of any praise that he can get, not only in the basketball floor, but just everything he does for the community of Salina. But yeah, I thought both teams just came out and took care of business, right? Like, it's easy to sit back here and look at scores and say and overanalyze things and say what teams should do. It's the only thing to go out there and do it, especially on the road on a Monday. Awkward day, like we said. Everybody was up late. Everybody was watching Mahomes to Hardman, late. A little bit later than some of us wanted to do that, but it came out and took care of business. And now the thing is, you're riding that high. Like, you're riding great performances. You've got a lot of players in, both boys and girls, got a lot of people in, and that's just going to create confidence. You want to see if that can carry over to tonight.
Both teams now for Southeast of Saline riding the crest of 3-game winning streaks. We'll talk more about that in the games that we had when we got here, especially against Ellenwood last night. We'll also preview this matchup still in league play in the NCAA with the Ellsworth Bearcats, and we will take a look at the league and area schedule. Around the horn, here we go. Countdown to Tip-Off is brought to you by L&L Advisors. As always tonight, it's brought to you by the 3 locations at L&L, 2 in Salina and 1 in McPherson. As we get you ready for a doubleheader of Southeast of Saline basketball on senior night, it's presented by New Image Audio.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your breakdown on your offense and defense. Now here's Juanelle Garrettson, your real estate coach for buying and selling.
Hi, fans. It's Juanelle Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com, and I'm here to coach you up in your real estate game plan. Now is a great time to list your house, land, or investment. Or if you're in the buying mood, I'd love to help you find just the right real estate opportunity for you. And as always, go Trojans.
Call Juanelle at SalinaHomes.com.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent, Stephanie Kniper, wants to put her experience to work for you. Stephanie Kniper proudly serves Saline County and Salina families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Farmers Insurance at 785-825-8419 to get smarter about your Farmers Insurance. Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Seasons come quick, and before you know it, your yard will be ready for the mower. Be prepared to hit the grass mowing this spring with a well-maintained mower. Give Prairie Land Partners a call to have your equipment inspected and serviced by a John Deere certified technician to ensure worry-free mowing this spring. Don't wait. Beat the rush by calling Prairie Land Partners to schedule your mower today.
Delivering the right solution. Prairie Land Partners.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Devin Haney back here along with Tyler Smith at the Purple Palace, southeast of Saline High School on campus here at SES, getting ready for a doubleheader of southeast of Saline basketball. It is senior night. As we look back to action last night, it was a clean sweep on the road for southeast of Saline. It was also the third consecutive game night that both the southeast of Saline guys and girls have won this season. On the girls' side, when we jump into that, 62-31 the final score. Southeast got off to a great start. 23 points in the first quarter. They led by 9, 43-23, a 20-point gap at halftime, 60-27 at the end of 3. And then in the fourth quarter, the final 62-31. Braille Potachik torched the nets on her way to 14 points. Lexi Jacobson was out in front with 16 points. We also had Maddie Harris pitching in 8, 7 for Addison Rohr, and Reagan Duran, 5 for Abigail Pearson and Sutton Douglas. Southeast of Saline created 20 turnovers out of the Lady Eagles from Ellenwood while only committing 7 of themselves. And right now, that win for Southeast of Saline, their third in a row, has put them at 13-5 overall, with 2 games on the schedule left to go. Of course, here tonight against Ellsworth, and then a week from tonight on the road in Belleville to play Republic County. And I think really offensively, over the last 3 games, over this winning streak, really outside of Tyler, the first 4 minutes at Beloit, Southeast of Saline's offense has all of a sudden kind of caught this rhythm now. They've caught fire a little bit. We saw even in that Minneapolis game where it was played in the low 40s, there were offensive things going on with Southeast of Saline where they were very crisp, they were very quick, they were taking shots and making shots that they should make, and they have really kind of picked things up here offensively to go along with that great defense.
They have. Things have just started to fall in place at the right time, and we've seen this from this squad before. You know, it's always difficult. Like, how do you gear up a team? Like, you obviously want to go out and win every single night, but it's all towards this apex. It's towards, like, how are you playing as you get, in the warmer months, the, middle of February. Your goal is to play in March. Like, that's the biggest goal, that just continue this thing on, get yourself to a state tournament. And, again, you eliminate the 4 minutes against Beloit to start the game, and all of a sudden this thing looks completely different. But I think this team has that mentality that they can eliminate that from their brains. They can just throw that away and just go to work. And I think tonight's going to be a huge telltale sign of where this team's going to go, because this Ellsworth team isn't like a normal Ellsworth, like, end of the season type team. This Ellsworth team they're in a battle right now. I think they're second or third in their sub-state. I mean, they're battling on. I mean, despite their record, they're again fighting for a spot, a legitimate opportunity to get to the state tournament. This is going to be a fun matchup, and it's going to test you in every way.
This Ellsworth team and Southeast of Saline hooked up. It wasn't that long ago. It was at the end of January. Southeast of Saline at Ellsworth had to pull it out at the end. A 38-35 victory for Southeast of Saline. That was their 9th win of the season. They put Ellsworth at that point at 7-6. And since then, Ellsworth has gone 1-3. So they've fallen off the shelf just a little bit. But when you look at their schedule, it's the Sacred Hearts, it's the Beloits, it's the upper echelon of the league that they've had to play along with Minneapolis. So the going has not been easy for Ellsworth, but we know it's a competitive group, and I'd like to compare them a lot, and you can call me out on this if you want. I have no problem with that. They look a lot like Minneapolis, don't they? They have a lot of bodies. They really don't care about fouls. They're going to press you all over the court. They're going to speed things up. They're okay with 20 turnovers. They're still going to win with 20 turnovers, and that's the type of game they like to play.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's one of the things. It's difficult for an Ellsworth player to kind of get in rhythm because of just the amount of substitutions that they do throw at you. But we did see that, the last time we played them, the hot hands will stay in, but there's still just it's line changes. It's a lot like hockey. You're going to see 3 or 4 people coming in every 2 or 3 minutes. Just keep people fresh, keep people going, not worry about fouls, and just go out and play. And if the game's going to be called close and there's going to be a lot of fouls, they're fine with that because they have so many bodies coming at you. But again, it's one of those things. It's tough to get into a rhythm if you're coming in and out of the game. And if you're not a hot hand, you're not going to stay in. So it'll be interesting to see how tonight's played.
This game here tonight is all about the seniors, but it's also all about winning. You don't want to come out on senior night and not win on your home floor. That's definitely first and foremost for Southeast of Saline as they look across the league. All the league teams tonight are playing each other. Not only do we have Southeast of Saline and Ellsworth here in this gym, Beloit is in town to play Sacred Heart. Guys and girls, that is a big, big game in league play. If the Beloit girls go into Salina and Sacred Heart beats them, that could open the door for Southeast of Saline to get a chunk of their 4th consecutive league title. Also on the guys' side, remember when Sacred Heart went to Beloit? That ended up going into double overtime. That could be a really good game to keep an eye on as well. If you're going to do split screen, if you're watching at home, pull that one up. It's broadcast on EagleCom TV's YouTube channel. We have live coverage of that one as well tonight. Republic County is at Minneapolis. That's our other league game tonight we'll keep an eye on. Your area games, Goddard at Salina Central. Salina South is at Newton. Harrington is at Solomon. Abilene is in Hayes. Rock Creek plays Chapman. And the other area game that is a big one, El Saline at Bennington. That is also on SalinaPost.com. So you can take in El Saline and Bennington. You can take in Sacred Heart and Beloit. You can also take in live video of Southeast of Saline here at Ellsworth. We'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get you started for this one with the starters and the tip. We're getting ready for Southeast of Saline. Lady Trojan basketball. Countdown to tip-off is brought to you by L&L Advisors.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
Farmers, now is the time to start planning for next spring. Phillips Seed stands ready to work with you to nail down the best seed genetics for your operation. They can help you select from their top-performing corn hybrids and soybean varieties, as well as seed treatments to get your crops off to a fast start. Find them online at phillipseed.com, Facebook, on X, or call 785-949-2204. That's 785-949-2204. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braces, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here on KINA, getting you ready for an NCAA tilt. Should be a good one here tonight on both ends, boys and girls, as Ellsworth is visiting Southeast of Saline. Let's take a look here at the starters for the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. They come in 8-9 overall. They are 1-4 in the NCAA. They are currently coming off of a win against Republic County on Friday. Under Craig Batchman, first-year head coach, they will start Lainey Peshka, a 5'6" senior. She's the leading scorer on this team at 12 points a game. She also gets 2.5 steals. Peyton Tenbrink, a 5'8" senior, is the leading rebounder on the team with 4.5 boards per game. She also gets 4 points and 2.5 assists. Isabel Lindsley, a 5'11" senior, 2 points, 3 rebounds a game. Kylan Turnipseed, a 5'7" senior, averages 8 points a game. And Elise Haxton, a 5'8" sophomore, gets 9.5 points per game and also 2.5 assists per game. Once again, Ellsworth comes in. They are 8-9 on the season. They are 1-4 in their last 5 games, so they have hit a skid here as of lately. And they are coming off of a win, though, that one win in the last 5 games against Republic County on Friday under the direction of head coach Craig Batchman. When we come back, we'll highlight the Southeast of Saline seniors. We will also go over starting lineups for head coach Shauna Smith and the Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans. Step away one last time. When we come back, we'll get this one rolling here on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford.
Faithfully follow our students all over the state who compete in athletics, career and tech, ed competitions, and fine arts performances. However, typically when those students graduate, our attendance wanes. That has not been the case for this year's recipient. We are happy to recognize Carrie Boley. We want to recognize Carrie Boley for her commitment outside of the classroom and supporting all students who attend Southeast of Saline. She's literally their biggest cheerleader and wants nothing but the best for their future. Please join us in thanking Miss Carrie Boley for not only being an excellent music educator, but for being a super fan.
Thank you, Boosterville. And now, if you'll rise, under the direction of Miss Carrie Boley, the Southeast Saline Madrigals will sing our national anthem. And now for our starting lineups for tonight's ladies game.
.edu/nursing.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Welcome back here to the Purple Palace, home of the Southeast of Saline Trojans, as we get ready for girls basketball here, featuring Southeast of Saline and Ellsworth. Let's go over the starting lineups here for Southeast of Saline. Under the direction of head coach Shauna Smith, Steve Reedy, and Julie Lund, they will start. Addison Rohr, a 5'7" junior, averaging 3.5 points per game, also 5.5 rebounds. She is the leading offensive rebounder on this squad. Also, sophomore Abigail Pearson. Abba's a 5'7" sophomore, averaging 7.5 points per game and 3.5 rebounds. And then the three seniors, Brielle Potachik, a 5'4" senior, coming off one of her best streaks as far as a 3-game scoring streak has gone. She is averaging now 7.5 points per game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. She scored 14 points twice in the span of 5 days. Also with her in the backcourt will be Maddie Harris, 5'6" senior, averaging 8.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Maddie Harris leads this team in assists. The leading scorer and the leading rebounder. She also grabs the most steals as 5'7" senior Lexi Jacobson. Jacobson now back at 10 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, also leading the team in steals. Lexi's week was right there along with Brielle's as far as scoring last week and also the game last night against Ellenwood, in which she scored 16 a couple of times. Southeast of Saline comes in 13-5. They're 6-2 in the NCAA. Ellsworth comes in 8-9. They are looking about mid-pack in the NCAA tonight, as their starters were Lainey Peshka, Peyton Tenbrink, Isabel Lindsley, Kylan Turnipseed, and Elise Haxton. We'll talk about these seniors as we go through all night long tonight, but when you look at what they have done, this game now for these three seniors that we talked about, this will be their 42nd start as a three-girl group. You also look at Maddie Harris. She has 44 games more than that. This is her 86th game as a starter. Maddie has started since deep in her freshman year, where she really came into this gym and took a starting spot and never gave it up. But just Lexi, Brielle, and Maddie together, Tyler Smith, this is their 42nd start as a group.
Devin, it's incredible. I mean, the success of Southeast Saline basketball, you have to put these three kind of on that Mount Rushmore of what they've done. Like I said, we're going to get way to this. Let's hope we have some blowout minutes that we have to kind of discuss later. But what these three have done to impact the school, this program, my two daughters, fantastic girls.
White jerseys for Southeast of Saline, black for Ellsworth. The Bearcats win the tip. As they tip it into the backcourt, they will start on offense. Man-to-man defense being applied here by Southeast of Saline. Ellsworth wearing all blacks, white numerals and letters trimmed in red. Some of the best-looking road jerseys you're going to find in the league. Southeast of Saline, of course, in those gorgeous white jerseys trimmed in purple and gray. Southeast of Saline playing defense there as Ellsworth working the ball around the perimeter. Couple short passes in close proximity. Isabel Lindsley has it. She tries to pass it inside, and it's going to be lost by Ellsworth. They turn it over on the opening possession.
And you see right now, just straight up man-to-man defense, a lot of pressure being applied on the basketball, and just Ellsworth got lost, threw the basketball out, thought they had somebody there. Just good defense causes the dead ball turnover.
Both teams will play man-to-man here early on. Southeast of Saline now has it on their offensive end of the floor. Addison Rohr with it, tried to bounce it in of Jacobson. Lexi's got to fight for it, and the arrow will keep it here with Southeast of Saline as that ball came in low. Lexi was tied up down low. She was able to save possession, though, via the arrow, and Southeast of Saline will have a chance to run a four corners look inbounds play here with Maddie Harris pulling a trigger inbounds. She goes way up high to Lexi Jacobson, now to Addison Rohr, and a traveling violation issued here against Addison Rohr.
Yeah, Rohr got caught right there. She didn't know if she wanted to go baseline to Patacek or get that entry pass to a late cutting Ava Pearson. But Ava Pearson is wide open. It's one of those baseline inbounds plays that we see Southeast have a lot of success with. Addie just got caught not knowing which one to go to, and that's something you just put in the back of your brain. You know that you got that play later on.
Southeast now playing defense once again. Ellsworth working through their second possession of the game. Peshka had it. Now she'll hand it off to Turnipseed. Kylan Turnipseed drives down the lane, left-hand side. She's stuck there. Good defense by Addison Rohr. That's one thing when you look at these two teams. We didn't see that last night in Ellenwood because Ellenwood had a 6'1 sophomore. These two teams, height-wise, body-wise, boy, they almost look identical. When you take the numbers and the faces off the players, they look the same.
They do, and it's just going to come down to like fundamental basketball. Like right there, Lexi Jacobson just getting good position and ripping the board away.
Here's Lexi now. She fades off to the right-hand side. Now goes to Maddie Harris. She explodes through the rim. That's going to be too strong off the window. No good. Ball on the floor. It's going to be lost off the left hand of a Bearcat, not a bounce. It will stay here with Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and you see the ball, and you're seeing Coach Shauna Smith tell Maddie, just go off of 1 foot right there. I don't think it's one that Maddie needs to go off 2 feet. Just go off 1 foot. Continue to go to the basket. How many times have we seen that? Nice inbounds play to Jacobson, who misses the layup.
Open there to Jacobson. She missed the left-handed jumper. We saw her on the left-hand side of the basket just abuse the hoop at Ellenwood last night. She came up empty there, though, but Ellsworth comes down the floor, and they commit their third consecutive turnover.
And that's what Lexi does, right? Like, Lexi misses a shot on the offensive side. She doesn't hang her head. She busts her backside to get back on defense, creates a turnover. Ball goes back to Southeast.
Harris with us. She fades off to the right-hand side. Now comes back to Brielle Patacek, her first touch. Now Jacobson wants to drive baseline. She goes back into the floor, mid-lane jumper from Addison Rohr. That's no good. Rebound comes down to Ellsworth. Here comes Elise Haxton with it. Long pass, right-hand side. Will lead Peyton Tenbrink in front of the Southeast of Saline bench. Tenbrink now will play it to Lainey Peshka. Peshka back near side to Haxton. Now back to Kylan Turnipseed. Ellsworth trying to crack the code of this very aggressive Southeast of Saline man-to-man defense. We are still scoreless, 2.5 minutes in. Here's Peshka driving along the baseline. Look for a shot blocked by Harris. Maddie leading this team in blocks, if you can believe that. Here comes Brielle Potocik back the other way now. She's going to go to the free throw line. Out to the wing. Pearson, three-pointer. Got it. Abbott looked like she was stuck in indecision there, but ended up kind of stepping forward. Got enough space for the defender to give her room to get that shot off, and the first three belongs to Southeast.
Well, it was Abbott who had 7 in the first quarter last night that kind of got the Southeast offense just going, and then she kind of coasted the rest of the game. But right there, the sophomore sparked senior night.
Here's a shot put up now off the window, out of the drive from Peyton Tenbrink, and Tenbrink will get the first basket of the game for Ellsworth. 3-2, Southeast of Saline leads it by 1. Lady Trojans have the basketball back. Quick moving first quarter of play so far. We're already 3:20 into this game. Brielle Potocik with it. Thought about a three. Now she's going to give it up to Jacobson left side. Skip pass over the top. Ends up right-hand side of the offense to Harris. Her three-pointer no good. Pearson comes in, gets the rebound. Abbott now. We'll skip it through the defense to Potocik. Brielle snaps a crossover. Goes to the corner. Jacobson. Lexi all the way to the window again. This time she does not miss as Lexi Jacobson drives baseline and cuts it off the glass.
Just a smooth move from Lexi. She gets to where she needs to get to. Big time. Just jump stop. Great finish from Lexi.
Steal. Maddie Harris out in the open. And Maddie going to go one-on-one. Gets the contact and the foul. To the free throw line goes Maddie Harris.
And that's when we've seen Maddie be so good. She understands the one-on-one situation. She's going to create the contact. She's strong enough to finish that. There was just too much contact, but she's still going to the free throw line for 2.
We played nearly the whole half of a quarter without a foul with 3 minutes, 54 seconds, and the foul will go against Ellsworth as Maddie Harris makes the first free throw. The foul against Peyton Tenbrink, our first foul of the game. And now Southeast of Saline will sub as they go Reagan Duran in for Brielle Potocik. Also, Sutton Douglas comes in for Addison Rohr. For Ellsworth, Isabel Lindsley will have a break, and Alexis Moore comes in. Maddie Harris makes both free throws. It's a 5-point Southeast of Saline lead. I think a sleeper, at least in the first meeting of these two, was Alexis Moore. Her athleticism, her height is a great combination. She gave Southeast some problems inside.
Yeah, she really did. They gave she gave a lot of problems to Southeast, and I think it's one of those things that she never got the rhythm to stay in the game long enough. And the scouting report wise, you don't recognize those players who aren't in a lot.
Ball got poked out of there as Harris was trying to go to Sutton Douglas. It was Moore that poked it out of there, but Southeast gets it back. Harris on the drive, pitches out to Pearson. Three-pointer on the way, backside rebound taken in by Jacobson. Back-to-back that time, and now Reagan Duran has one taken away. Second turnover of the game for Southeast of Saline. Boy, what a rebound by Lexi going back-to-back that time with Peyton Tenbrink. She just out-jumped her, and now a foul will be called on Southeast of Saline. It's their first of the period.
Yeah, and that call's going to be called on Sutton. We saw that last night. I mean, Sutton had good position with her feet and with her body, but all of a sudden she just puts both hands on the Ellsworth ball handler. She's going to get called for the foul, but everything else was fine. It looked like right there that Alexis Moore catches the ball at the high post, and Sutton's just got to trust her feet. She's there position-wise. As soon as you put the hands on her, you're going to get called for the foul.
Inside, little look there by Tenbrink, but she can't get a shot off. She's going to pass it out for a three from Peshka. Rebound, Brielle Potocik. Potocik and Rohr just came back into the game. They didn't waste long out there on the bench as they came in and spelled Jacobson and Pearson, who are now taking a break. Brielle tried to bounce it into Sutton Douglas. There's that same play that we just saw where Moore pokes it away. Southeast, though, able to keep it. Sutton Douglas stumbling to the goal. Pitches out to Reagan Duran. Her three-pointer won't go. Offensive rebounding machine. Addison Rohr has custody of it, and she is going to be tied up, and the arrow in favor of Ellsworth. Boy, great effort inside by both. And Southeast needs to take a mental note now that Alexis Moore is all over that high post entry.
Yeah, and that's a really tough call against Southeast. You see a Southeast player go up for a shot, yet the call is jump ball, which is difficult when you're trying to think dual possession right there. It looked like Addison Rohr had the ball clean, was going up, just had a lot of contact. Nevertheless, the ball goes to Ellsworth.
Rohr leads this team in offensive rebounding. 2:34 left to go here, first period. Here's a three-pointer put up off the front lip by Ellsworth. That was Peyton Coonrod who was checked in. Long rebound ends up in a run out for Southeast. Reagan Duran all the way to the cup. Maddie Harris started the break. Reagan Duran goes southpaw on everybody, and she gets her first layup of the game. Southeast of Saline with a 7-point lead, 9-2, and a 30-second timeout. We will take it as we are underway with 2:18 left to go in the first. Early lead for Southeast here on KINA.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Saline Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Saline Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
9-2 our score. Southeast of Saline here with an early lead. 2:14 left to go first quarter. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here on senior night. It's presented by New Image Audio. Here's a turnaround inside Ellsworth. That's no good. Ball batted around. Maddie Harris will take it. Here comes Maddie again off to the races. Poked from behind. She's going to string it to the corner. Now kick it to Duran, but get it back. Maddie wants the three. Oh. Maddie has the three. Maddie Harris, Reagan Duran, then back to Maddie. She has 5.
Oh, the confidence that Maddie just catches the ball and shoots. Great shot from the senior.
Southeast of Saline, after giving up the 2 points to Ellsworth, they have gone on a run here. It is a 9-0 run to establish a 12-2 lead. 1:39 left to go, first quarter. Southeast of Saline is sharp here in the early going. Inside to Alexis Moore. She has to play it back out, though, after a brief double team and after she used her dribble. Back out to Peshka, back inside to Moore. The two sophomores working at it. Moore shot trickles over the rim, no good. Inside rebound by Ellsworth is blocked, taken away. Potacek comes out of the crowd.
And Devin, I'll tell you right now, defensively, it's Sutton down there that's just doing so much. After we talked about the hands that kind of got in the way, you see Brielle missed a 3. Sutton's not playing with her hands anymore. She's playing with her body. She's doing a great job.
Brielle missed a 3. Reagan Duran saved it for Southeast, and another ball gets into the paint, and that's going to be off the fingertips of Addison Rohr fighting for that, and it will go to Ellsworth. Sutton Douglas comes out. Reagan Duran comes out. Starting 5 back on the floor for Southeast of Saline. They lead it by 10 with 1:07 left to go opening quarter.
And what a valuable spell from Douglas and Duran right there. I mean, they both came in, had huge impacts offensively and defensively. It's exactly what you need from your bench.
High screen opportunity, though. Ellsworth doesn't use it, and Maddie Harris pokes away that basketball. Maddie read that one to perfection, as now she plays it to Abigail Pearson. Abba pulls up just a shade left, top of the circle. Now back out, middle of the floor to Harris. 45 seconds left to players. Jacobson on a drive. Off the glass. Lexi has scored left side. Lexi has scored right side.
And then we talk about the line changes, the amount of substitutions you make from Ellsworth, just, with the amount of bodies you throw at him. But you have to understand that scouting reports have to stick through right there. And right there we saw Alyssa Rodriguez just get burnt by Jacobson. That's not a good matchup for Ellsworth. But when you continue to make substitutions, it's difficult to understand your role.
It's an 11-0 run for Southeast. Here's a drive now, and they're going to call a little nickel and dimer foul here on Maddie Harris. It'll be her first foul, just the second team foul against Southeast of Saline in the waning seconds of this first quarter, 18.8 left. Maddie will come out for her first break. Reagan Duran comes in.
And this is just one of those, get Maddie a quick one. I'm sure she'll be in right when the second quarter starts. She got scratched on a play a couple possessions ago, but, just give her a quick break.
Duran might have been beat here on a little backdoor cut towards the inbounder, but she was able to recover enough to at least get a foul and stop that. That's just Reagan's first foul.
And that's a smart foul. And we think Reagan's a smart player. I don't know if she's smart enough to know to commit that foul if she gets beat, but what she did is she eliminated an easy opportunity, and now Ellsworth's got to go back to work from the baseline.
I know she was smart enough to be aggressive to not allow a basket. Yes. You know what I'm saying? There's a shot up and good now by Josie Cruiser, who comes off the bench. That will get rid of that big, long run there by Southeast of Saline. 6 seconds left. Pearson, right wing, jacks up the 3. Too strong. Addison Rohr will get fouled with a half a second left. What a great job on the boards once again by Addison Rohr.
And how about Addison Rohr to have that internal clock in her head? She understood that when Abigail Pearson's shot went up, there wasn't a lot of time left. She knew that when she got the offensive rebound, she's going to have to go right back up. She did, drew the contact. Great job from the junior, Addison Rohr.
Addison Rohr steps to the line. Her first free throw is up and good. That foul against Ellsworth will be credited to Josie Cruiser, who just scored. Second free throw will not go down, and that will be an Ellsworth rebound as time expires. 15-4 is the Southeast of Saline lead. They lead it by 11 as you listen on KINA and watch live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We're a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
15-4 is our score as we get ready to start second quarter action. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here at Southeast of Saline Gymnasium. A good run there for Southeast of Saline. After Ellsworth scored, made it 3-2. Southeast went on an 11-0 run. Southeast now working through offense. Maddie Harris drives to the free throw line. A little pick and roll situation here set up along between Addie. It was Addie and Addison Rohr. Excuse me, Maddie, is easy for me to say. Addison Rohr and Maddie Harris, and a foul goes on Addison Rohr. We saw that a couple of times throughout the Minneapolis game, I believe it was, where there was a moving screen in there.
And I like that call. You got to make sure every player's safe, and I understand it. You know, it didn't look like maybe Addison was set completely. Make sure those players are set, and as long as it's called both ways, you're perfectly fine with that call.
Alyssa Rodriguez with it. She's going to dump it off at the free throw line to Ryan Ohl, who is coming to the game. There's a charge to the basket by Alexis Moore. Now back to Rodriguez, who will put up the free throw line jumper, and that's good. Alyssa Rodriguez scores the second bench basket for Ellsworth and makes this a single-digit lead once again for Southeast. 15-6 our score. We are about a minute in to the second quarter. Pearson with it on the right-hand side. Free throw line extended. Now she goes baseline. Back out to Brielle Potacek. There's Addison with it.
Oh, Addison. No, Addison makes a great play 10 feet away from the bucket. She gets Ryan Ohl up in the air, and it looks like Addison's got a free lane, and all of a sudden tries to pass the ball. Fortunate for Southeast off of Ellsworth. The ball stays with Southeast.
She cheated herself out of a layup, didn't she?
She really did.
There's a inbounds pass now that's disrupted, broken up all the way down the floor. Ellsworth will take it. It's Peyton Tinbrink with the theft. Back-to-back turnovers now for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, and Tinbrink did a great job just taking that ball all the way to the rack. And I thought Lexi did an equally as good a job not making a foul in a silly situation right there. Just kind of conceded the easy bucket.
Maddie Harris for three, right wing. That's no good. Addison Rohr with the rebound. Back out now to Brielle Potacek. She'll bounce it over to Maddie Harris. Here's a loose ball on the floor once again. Rohr down after it. Harris down after it. Potacek down after it. Maddie picks it up, goes underneath, trying to get it to Lexi Jacobson, and that led Lexi out of bounds. 3 consecutive turnovers now for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, you obviously don't like the 3 consecutive turnovers, but you saw a loose ball and you saw 3 Trojans on the floor forward. It ended up in an opportune situation. Maddie just tries to thread the needle with one of those hook passes I don't think anybody else can make other than Maddie. Just kind of caught Lexi a bit too deep on the baseline.
Inside, here's a little sweeping move by Ryan Ohl. That's no good. Addison Rohr with yet another rebound, and she is fouled. It's our first Ellsworth foul of the quarter. It's what we were talking about, though, with these Lady Bearcats. We're sitting there looking at them right now. Only 2 starters on the floor to start this quarter, and they're making a charge.
Yeah, and they just keep going. Like, they're going to play 100 miles an hour regardless of who's in because they know the subs are coming in. Like you said, pregame, fouls don't matter that much to them. I mean, they're not going to get in foul trouble because they play so many different players.
Pearson with it. Stops at the elbow on the left-hand side. Now leads a pass out for Jacobson in the corner. Lexi tried to settle into the block. Now a skip pass over everything to Maddie Harris on the right-hand side of the offense. 5:40 left to go. Here's another poke, and Ellsworth takes it away. 4 consecutive turnovers for Southeast of Saline. See if Ellsworth can take advantage of it here. They are back within 7 after trailing by 11. Here's Rodriguez inside. Her shot is up and good, and that'll prompt a timeout by Southeast of Saline. Shauna Smith wants to talk about it as her team has committed 4 straight turnovers, and their 11-point lead has gone away. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside here on KINA.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
See if Southeast of Saline can shake the turnover bug here, and more importantly, this pesky Ellsworth defense. 4 straight turnovers by Southeast of Saline. They've seen their 11-point lead now dwindle down to 5. Pearson with it on the right-hand side, looking for some help. Now she goes to Jacobson, who is knocked down, and they're going to call a blocking foul here against Isabel Lindsley. Lindsley will get her first personal foul.
Yeah, that's a tough one on Lindsley right there. I thought she had really good position. It looked like she was there early. Lexi kind of catches the ball a little bit off balance, but Lexi stays strong, gets pushed to the ground, and Lexi gets the benefit of the call.
Southeast definitely got the benefit of that one. Maddie Harris now trying to get it in bounds. She will have to wing it out top to Lexi Jacobson. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Harris on a drive. She'll play it out now to Pearson. Pearson extra pass. Patochik, her first three-pointer is on the way. Off the front lip, no good. Rebound taken in by Ellsworth. Isabel Lindsley has it. She'll play it off now. Peyton Coonrod, who works her way back to the middle of the floor. Here's a drive now by Lainey Peshka. Her shot is up off the heel, no good. Gets her own rebound, though, and off the window and good. Lainey Peshka, one of the top scorers on this Ellsworth team, has her first basket of the night.
Yeah, the sophomore coming off an all-NCAA league selection last year as a freshman. It just great. She stuck with it, missed her first shot, got her offensive rebound. Great finish from the sophomore.
Jacobson drives, gets to the 12-foot mark. Her shot is up, no good. Rohr trying to keep it alive for Southeast, cannot. And here comes Ellsworth again, still pitching a shutout in this second quarter of play. They have got Southeast of Saline reeled back to within 3 with 4:09 left to go here before the break.
And you were seeing in the first quarter the defense and the defense was so crisp, it just led to a lot of offensive easy opportunities. And right now you're starting to see those tired legs. You know, we kind of talked about how Ellsworth runs so many people at you, and you're kind of seeing how that works and Ellsworth's benefit so far.
Southeast is going to gain a foul here. It's going to go against Abba Pearson. It is her first. Southeast of Saline has had 5 fouls called against them in this game. Nobody has more than 1. Same goes for the Bearcats of Ellsworth. They've only taken on 3 fouls, but nobody has more than 1. 3:54 remaining. Sutton Douglas has come back in for Southeast of Saline. She'll replace Addison Rohr. 15-12. Southeast of Saline leads it by 3. Ellsworth stuck at the top of the key, but they get rid of it. Peyton Tenbrink will come get it. Now high post entry to Isabel Lindsley, who she turns and scores. Isabel Lindsley now becomes the 4th Ellsworth player just to score in this quarter. And this run is now a 10-0 run for Ellsworth. Patochik with it to the right-hand side now, Jacobson. Jacobson plays it out to Pearson. Now to Harris. Harris on the drive. Little spin move. And a handoff back to Pearson. She tried to get into the paint, had it knocked out from behind. Jacobson on the floor trying to save it. And the arrow will get Ellsworth the basketball.
You can see right there, it looked like Abba had a shot at a 15-footer, decided to try to drive in. Just a lot of hands right there. And a great job from Turnipseed. Just get a hand on there, deflect the ball, create a loose ball, and all of a sudden it's tied up. It's going to Ellsworth.
Ellsworth can take their first lead here on this possession. They trail by 1. 3 minutes left to play before halftime. Here's the drive and the stop. Shot is up. It crawls off, no good. Maddie Harris has the rebound. Here comes Maddie leading a break. Ellsworth, though, gets back nicely on defense. Here's Pearson shooting it off the break. 3-pointer on the way, no good. And the rebound taken in by Kylan Turnipseed. Southeast comes away empty on that transition opportunity off the rebound.
Yeah, but I do like that transition opportunity. I mean, that's when we saw Southeast kind of build the lead in the first quarter, get out, get going. You saw Ellsworth create such a wall in the lane, and Abba had to take that shot. It's a great shot from her.
Here's a good defensive stand by Maddie Harris. She takes the rebound. Maddie is just dog-tired right now, still in the backcourt, and Southeast of Saline has one slapped out of bounds. Reagan Duran checking in. She's going to replace Brielle Patochik. 15-14, and let's not excuse and dismiss the tempo of the game last night where Southeast played in Ellenwood. It was a high-tempo affair.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and you are starting to see a little bit of fatigue, and that's just going to happen. I mean, you just got to figure out a way to fight through it. I mean, teams are playing back-to-back nights a lot right now with all the weather and everything that's gone on, although this was a scheduled opportunity, but you just got to fight through it.
Ball on the floor. Southeast saved it. Sutton Douglas on the pass to Jacobson. She can't get it to go. Excuse me, that was the other way around. And Southeast comes away empty again. Still looking for their first points of the second quarter. We're 6 minutes in. Ellsworth with the basketball. They've been able to kind of play at their own pace here offensively. And now a 3-second violation. I haven't seen one of those in about 3 years. Called on Ellsworth.
Yeah, and you can see, and I would say that Ellsworth's success so far has been spreading out the offense, kind of opening up that lane. And right there, I don't know if they were trying to dial up something different, if Coach Batchman was doing something just a little bit that we haven't seen. Nevertheless, 3 seconds in the lane.
And I'm not saying that being critical of the official. No. I don't think I've seen one in I don't know how long.
We don't see many often, especially without a true post player. Just camp somebody out there.
15-14, Southeast gets it back, still leading by 1, but no points for them yet here in this quarter. Here's a good look inside. Harris goes to Douglas. Sutton trapped underneath the basket, but she is fouled as she goes up to shoot. Sutton did the right thing there because she was not getting that ball out otherwise. She had to go up with a shot to save herself, and she did, and a foul is called. They're going to call it on the floor, though, against Ellsworth.
And right there, we've talked about this before. It's Maddie Harris's just vision and her capabilities of passing with both hands. The left-handed pass, you're not expecting that as a defender. All of a sudden, the ball shoots out from your offhand. It's a difficult thing to defend.
Josie Cruiser guilty of the foul. It's her second. She's the first one in the game to register 2. Here's Durant. She drove right by the defender. Lainey Peshka came out, and Lainey wasn't ready to go, and Reagan Durant went right by her like a breeze.
And again, that's one of those, you talk about smart fouls. Peshka was beat bad right there. Instead of giving up an easy 2, commits the foul, and all of a sudden Southeast has a baseline inbounds opportunity.
Southeast, 1:26 left to go here. They are up by 1. 15-14. Maddie Harris up top to Reagan Duran. They'll go back to Maddie Harris in the corner. She throws one in hard to Abba Pearson, who scores. What a play there. Give the assist to Maddie. And Abba gets the basket, her second of the game. Back to a 3-point lead.
And so far, Ellsworth's done a really good job defending the baseline inbounds plays from Southeast. Right there, they went to that third option. You know, it wasn't there for Reagan. It wasn't there for Maddie, but she's able to get the ball. And a great finish from Harris.
Ball on the floor. Maddie Harris down after her. She scoops it over her left shoulder to Potacek. Potacek, a no-look bounce pass to Abigail Pearson for 2. The turnover and the hoop for Southeast, and it was all started by Maddie Harris.
And how about Brielle right there, just knowing she's going to draw so much contact. It's a beneficial call again from the officials. No foul called there as Brielle slips the ball to Pearson, and a strong finish from the sophomore.
Southeast on a little 4-0 run here after they gave up a 10-0 run. Here's a pass inside. Alexis Moore fishes it out. Her basket won't go. Sutton Douglas with the rebound. Southeast a chance to have the last say here in the half. 25 seconds left.
Yeah, and we've seen the Southeast team. It seems like they control the ball so many times at the end of a quarter, end of a half. We've seen these sets so many times. It's almost like we can tell you what's going to go on. We won't.
I can't wait till end of quarter.
But we know what's going to happen.
This is one of my favorite parts of the night. There's 7 seconds left. Durant has it. She goes left to Potacek. Brielle has the ball. Clock down to 4. Brielle has to drive. Bounce pass. Tried to go inside to Pearson. Oh. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and the official saying it is Ellsworth ball.
And again, we saw a different wrinkle last night with an end of time play, and it looks like that was it was a 1-4 high look. You saw a back cut from Abba, and Abba was pleading with the official like, I didn't touch the basketball.
Shauna Smith has shocked her so much she was calling the next inbounds play before she found out it was Ellsworth basketball. Nonetheless, Southeast of Saline, they dodge a couple of bullets there. They see their 11-point lead disappear down to 1 and then score the last 4 of the quarter, and they will take a 5-point lead into the locker room at halftime. 19-14 is our score as we go to the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report on senior night. We'll be back. We'll talk to Bryson Flax about Southeast of Saline boys basketball. Also have numbers here of the first half of this girls game as we go to halftime. It's brought to you by Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Southeast of Saline leads at halftime of the girls game, 19-14.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your breakdown on your offense and defense. Now here's Lynell Garrettson, your real estate coach for buying and selling.
Hi, fans. It's Juanelle Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com, and I'm here to coach you up in your real estate game plan. Now is a great time to list your house, land, or investment. Or if you're in the buying mood, I'd love to help you find just the right real estate opportunity for you. And as always, go Trojans.
Buy or sell, call Juanelle at SalinaHomes.com.
This is the Trojan Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap. Shot at the horn! Stats, interviews, and a look at other area games. Now, let's get back to the gym for Trojan Halftime on KINA.
Back here at Southeast of Saline High School, halftime of the girls contest, 19-14. Southeast of Saline scores the last 4 points of the half to take a 5-point lead into the locker room here at halftime. Time now to look ahead to the second game of our doubleheader coming up tonight. Of course, it's the Southeast of Saline boys, and to do that, will be head coach Bryson Flax. Coach, we didn't get a chance to talk to you last night. We were just kind of keep it moving type of mode, getting out of that gym, getting home, and regrouping for today with back-to-back nights. But, boy, a pretty good game assembled by your guys last night. Double-digit win on the road against Ellenwood. And at times, you played pretty well in this game, especially in that third quarter.
Yeah, I thought we did some really good things. We made a couple minor adjustments at half, but like I said, we did good things defensively throughout the night, I thought, and we were able to get the ball inside a little bit, and when we were pretty successful, and so I was really happy with our guys. We had some, Gannon didn't score. Owen really didn't score, but we had, Omar steps up and Connor steps up and Kirby step up, and so that's was really encouraging to see when our two leading scorers, are not contributing, in the point column. We had some other guys that were able to step up. So that, like I said, that's encouraging.
Yeah, as a group, and really as a group of guys that come off the bench, I thought Omar Calzada, Kirby Davis really played well for you last night. Isaiah Carey just seems to me, every time he comes in the game, it's starting to kind of go through his brain and then end up in effort on the defensive end. You know how the young guys are. Sometimes when they come in, all they want to do is score. Isaiah looks like he's figuring it out, defense and rebounding.
Yeah, Isaiah is really he's pretty athletic, and he'll get a bigger frame and he'll be able to contribute more, in the future. But we really like the progress that he's made, and he's just got to believe that he belongs. That's part of the thing, and because we got a lot of confidence in him playing him at any moment, and then he's just got to believe that he's capable, because he is capable, but yeah, we had good energy off the bench last night, and we need that going forward. You're seeing pieces here and there. We just need to put a game with all those pieces together and see how good we could be.
This game was tied at the end of the first quarter, 9-9, and we had our share of runs in this game. You started the second quarter on a 10-0 run, but then Ellenwood came back, made it a 4-point game at halftime, but then third quarter, you put it away. One of the guys I left out of that group that I just mentioned, and it was on purpose, was Connor Castleman, because that third quarter really belonged to Connor Castleman. He started to take over in this game. He ends up with a new career high scoring of 13 points. He was also guarding their best offensive player. I thought Connor's last night was his best game yet.
Yeah, it was, I think, and he did a great job rebounding the basketball as well, and he really attacked some of those boards, and when Connor, when things are flowing for him, he can step out and knock down open shots as well, and he did. And again, it's some nights it's one or two guys, and then the next night it's a different two guys. I'd like to see us put it together, and I think that's what we're searching for, and hoping that we can get down the stretch.
First 3-game win streak of the season. Your offense has come alive here during that span as well. The task tonight, though, a little bit different, isn't it? You're a step up in competition. You have the Ellsworth Bearcats come in. They've only lost 2 games this season, both of them to Beloit. This Ellsworth team, as we know, very, very tough. What'd you see from that first meeting with Ellsworth that you think maybe can carry over tonight, and also some stuff that you don't want to see again tonight that happened in that game?
Yeah, I thought we were pretty good defensively the first time we played them, for the most part. We did some good things with Will, and until late. He started getting to some spots later in the game, but early on, I thought we did a pretty good job of keeping him from getting to his spots. We got dominated on the glass, and that was a big deal when you give up so many second chance points, or worse, defend for 30 seconds and then give up an offensive rebound and have to defend for another 40 seconds. That's a little troublesome. So we'll have to pick that up, and then offensively, I didn't think we got the ball on the block at all, and I didn't think we were very aggressive getting downhill against them. We kind of just got bumped and settled to reroute where we're going and kick and settle for jumpers. So I hope we come in with a little different attitude about being aggressive downhill and getting the ball into the paint a little bit.
Should be a good one. Good luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thanks, Devin.
Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast Trojans. His guys tonight taking on the state-ranked Ellsworth Bearcats. Halftime of the girls' contest. 19-14, Southeast of Saline leads it. 2-minute timeout. Back with more Lady Trojan halftime after this on KINA.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Does your free checking put more cash in your account? Does it give you free range access to ATMs nationwide? If not, tap into superpowered free Kasasa cashback checking at the Bank of Teskit. Visit bankofteskit.com to learn more. Member FDIC. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact institution for details.
We're growing your way. We're the Bank of Teskit.
Stardust Trophy has been a family-owned business in downtown Salina since 1976. That tradition continues today. While Valerie and Wendell may be setting their sights on future vacations, Mallory is ready to serve you with a new name, products, and services. Stardust Awards and more. Personalized items and products for your office, business promotion, wedding, and of course, medals and trophies, plus so much more. Stardust Awards and more in downtown Salina since 1976, serving you at StardustTrophy.com.
Home Automotive Center in Abilene and Salina has been named Dealer Raider in 2023 for Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. What's that mean? It means when you buy a vehicle at Home Automotive, you will receive the absolute best in service now for the 11th consecutive year in Abilene and the first for the new Salina location. Home Automotive just keeps exceeding your expectations because you are the number one priority, and that is just one reason why. When you shop at Home Automotive Center in Abilene and Salina, you're going to be glad you did.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
19-14 here at the half. Let's go over first half scoring for you. Brought to you by the Citizen State Bank in downtown Gypsum. Abigail Pearson leads the way for Southeast of Saline with 7 points. 5 points for Maddie Harris. 4 points for Lexi Jacobson. 2 points for Reagan Duran and a point for Addison Rohr. For the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats, they are being led right now. 4 points from Peyton Tenbrink and Alyssa Rodriguez. 2 points for Lainey Peshka. 2 points for Isabel Lindsley. And 2 points for Josie Cruiser. So far, Southeast of Saline, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. No free throws have been shot yet for the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. 5 turnovers for Southeast of Saline, 8 turnovers for the Ellsworth Bearcats. 16 minutes down, 16 of scoreboard left to go. Tyler, what do you think here on your new image audio keys to success in the second half?
Well, I think it's obvious to state that, you got to get more offensively done for Southeast, but I think that starts defensively. I think we've seen Ellsworth just get more in their own offense, and that's benefited them from leading to less runouts from Southeast, less transition games because they've gotten more comfortable offensively. You're seeing Ellsworth start off in the zone right now, so it'll be interesting to see just kind of the change-ups that Coach Shauna Smith and her Trojans, how they handle this.
Southeast with it offensively here. They lead it by 5. Lob pass over the top of everybody and thrown out of bounds. It's a turnover for Southeast of Saline, their 6th of the game.
And that's one thing I've been impressed with Coach Craig Batchman in year one. I mean, it's not just roll the ball out and go. I mean, we've seen adjustments in game. We've seen it right there. You're going to come out in a 1-3-1 zone, and you haven't seen that yet tonight. Just those small adjustments just kind of add wrinkles to how you have to handle this Ellsworth team.
Ellsworth now with the basketball back. Southeast of Saline still playing man-to-man defense. High screen there. They'll pitch it out for a three-pointer that's on the way, and it goes in. Lainey Peshka had one roll around and think about it, and then it falls home, and it's a 2-point game.
And that's one thing we saw the first time around. Ellsworth hit a lot of, they were on fire from three-point range. Tonight, not so much, but if they can get that going, watch out.
Southeast trying to get one inside. They cannot. Now they are relegated back to defense. Here comes Ellsworth with the basketball. A chance to tie or maybe even take the lead. They got it as close as 1 point in that first half. Here's the runner by Peshka. That's no good. Maddie Harris with the rebound. Here comes Maddie. One-handed pass up the floor, and it's going to go to Lexi Jacobson, who caught it on the run. Then Jacobson caught from behind and blocked. Southeast of Saline will have it underneath of their own basket.
Yeah, just a typical run-out. We see all the time. A very difficult pass made look easy from Harris to Jacobson, but I thought Tenbrick did a great job just hustling back and getting a hand on that basketball.
Harris, top of the key, off the inbounds. Too strong, no good. Rebound's going to be loose and then scooped up on the run by Peyton Tenbrink. Tenbrink stops mid-lane. Now a back, try to go to the back side of the basket, the right side of the basket, to Lainey Peshka, and that one's going to be broken up, ends up in an alternate arrow situation. Arrow keep it here towards Ellsworth.
So Harris did a great job just slowing down Tenbrick, and Addison Rohr never stopped. All of a sudden, she gets there. She's able to get a hand on the basketball. Just a great hustle play from Rohr to get the basketball in that alternating possession opportunity.
Ellsworth off the inbounds. Here's a drive now. Some contact in the middle of the lane. And Ellsworth will have a chance to take their first lead. Elise Haxton went right into the body that time of Maddie Harris. Harris called for her second foul. Haxton made the shot, and we'll get a chance to break this 19-19 tie.
Yeah, she took a play right off Harris's playbook right there. She drew some contact. She understood. She stayed strong as she finishes that free throw. But just a great play right there from Haxton.
2 3-point trips here for Ellsworth, and they've got their first lead of the game at 20-19, but Brielle Potachik is having none of that. She takes the lead right back for Southeast of Saline, and now she will step to the free throw line.
And you saw the Ellsworth defender just run out at Brielle as you have to. You can't give her a wide open three, and Brielle has nothing but the baseline there. It's a great drive and a great finish. She absorbs the contact from Isabel Lindsay, and she's to the free throw line.
Brielle's free throw rips the cords. That's her first basket of the night. And it's a three-pointer that puts Southeast of Saline back up by 2. 20-19 was the first lead for Ellsworth. Now Southeast of Saline has it right back. Now playing defense inside. Ball that comes off the rim. Maddie Harris climbs the ladder and rips it down for Southeast. Here come the Lady Trojans. Almost 2 minutes into this third quarter. Harris all the way to the baseline, out to Brielle for 3. Off the rim, no good. Addison Rohr splits 2 Bearcats for a rebound, and they call an alternate arrow. It will stay with Southeast of Saline as Addison Rohr flexes her muscle.
Devin, I have no idea how Addison Rohr even sniffed that basketball, let alone was able to grab it. She just fought her way through 2 Bearcats and just rips the basketball away and just draws dual contact to lead to this.
Abba Pearson got a good screen on that play. It sprung Lexi Jacobson wide open, and Maddie Harris able to find her on the inbounds. Jacobson with 6 points now. 24-20. Here's a drive to the lane and another shot by Ellsworth as these two teams now going back and forth. Peyton Tenbrink scores. She will go to the line for a free throw.
And that pass to Tenbrink was up on the right side elbow, and it just looked like Lexi kind of gambled for the steal, couldn't get it, then never got back in time. It's a strong finish from Tenbrink.
Foul on Jacobson is her first. Free throw is good by Tenbrink. She has 7. 24-23, Southeast of Saline still leading by 1. They have the basketball. Boy, what a start to this third quarter, huh?
Yeah, it's been up and down. You've seen great defense, but it's the counterattacks that you're seeing offensively from both teams.
Here's Pearson. She gets shoved out of bounds as she drove baseline. Jacobson will drive to the paint, rise up, and score. Lexi Jacobson with 8.
And I love that token ball fake that Lexi always gives right there. I don't think she needed it, but it's just kind of how she gets in her comfort zone. She gives the ball fake, gets her feet set, and just takes the ball strong to the rack.
26-23, Southeast of Saline. About 3 minutes in to this second half. It's been an eventful start to the third quarter. Here's a drive now by the Bearcats. They overshot it. Addison Rohr, another rebound. She'll play it on the outlet to Maddie Harris. Here comes Maddie, long pass to Abigail Pearson. Now right-hand side, Brielle. Secondary break, Harris. She'll come up mid-lane, right-hand side. How pretty was that? Maddie Harris with a runner from 10. She has 7.
Oh, and the seniors are really starting to perform right now, aren't they, Devin? I mean, you can just kind of tell that maybe the halftime talk was like, girls, this is your last regular season opportunity on this floor. Let's see what you got, and we've seen it all from the seniors so far in this third quarter.
Here's an air ball now shot by Ellsworth. That goes out of bounds, 28-23. And, hey, let's be candid about the situation, too. If things don't go your way, you end up going on the road for sub-state, and you happen to take an L there, you don't come back to this floor.
Yes, as cliche as it is, you never know when your last opportunity is. I mean, this is the last guaranteed time this team will ever be on this court. Obviously, they're hosting a sub-state, but you got to do some work to make sure that happens.
28-23, Southeast has it back. Pearson swings it left to Harris. Harris, little head and shoulder bob. She's going to go to Jacobson. Jacobson pulls up again. This one a mid-lane jumper. Missed it. Nearly got her own rebound, but it's going to be Tenbrink with it. Nope, Harris takes it away. Harris gets shoved out from underneath the basket.
Sure did.
No foul called. She tried to reverse it on the backside, and there's no whistle.
And, Devin, I think it's one of those plays where Maddie just ends up with the basketball, and officials weren't ready for it, nor were we. And all of a sudden, she just goes up for a reverse layup. A lot of contact. No foul called on Ellsworth.
And blatant contact. That's what I don't get about that no call. Here's a wild shot by Ellsworth put up inside. Harris with yet another rebound. Maddie's going to have 10 rebounds before this is over.
And when Maddie gets the defensive rebound, it's just extra dangerous because it eliminates the outlet pass.
Big shot. Brielle has just struck again on the left-hand side. It's a three-pointer for Brielle Potachik, and all of a sudden it's a Southeast of Saline 8-point lead. A full timeout has been called for by Ellsworth. We'll take it as well. 3:28 left to go here in the third on KINA.
The Appliance Center. It's where you go to shop for washers, dryers, kitchen appliances, furniture, pellet grills, TVs, and so much more. If you are looking for a local, family-owned business, visit the Appliance Center. We're in the big red and white building on South Broadway in Salina. Come experience the Appliance Center difference.
Salina Post and KINA, your home for all things Trojan. The Southeast of Saline Trojan sports stream live on the Salina Post, and you can always listen at 910 AM, 107.5 FM, or at 910KINA.com.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
31-23 our score. Southeast of Saline had prompted a full timeout by Ellsworth as the Lady Trojans start to find their way now. A turnover out of that timeout for the Lady Bearcats. Maddie Harris has it again. Harris weaving. She goes into the corner to Reagan Duran. Duran now back to Pearson. Pearson will drive on the right-hand side. Little hezzy move. She gets to the rim.
Oh.
She is knocked down. Sutton Douglas picks up the ball, and Ellsworth has it. Boy, another situation at the rim. You can make a great case for a foul, but none was called. Alyssa Rodriguez will launch a shot. She scored twice in the first half. That's no good. Pearson takes the putback on the rebound. She hits the deck. And again, we have to go to the box at the table to sort it out. The arrow says Ellsworth basketball.
And Abba right there. I mean, Abba gets absolutely drilled by an Ellsworth defender down low. Doesn't complain at all. Gets up, busts her tail back, gets herself a defensive rebound. The ball's tied up, and again, no complaints. I mean, that's how Abba plays. Oh, a tough foul on Sutton.
Sutton Douglas there playing straight up, and there's not a lot of consistency to the either end right now as that foul was called on Sutton Douglas. The foul will go against Sutton Douglas. Elise Haxton will go to the free throw line. She's 1 of 1 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and Haxton did a great job just coming down with that basketball strong and going up with it. She hits the first free throw. But yeah, just that's how you want to teach your post players to play defense. It looked like Sutton stayed straight up, and what we've seen so far, that hasn't been called a foul. Nevertheless, it's a tough call against Southeast. The second free throw goes down. She's got to fight through it.
Elise Haxton now has made 3 free throws here in this quarter. 31-25, back to a 6-point Southeast of Saline lead. Duran pitches out left-hand side to Abba Pearson. Pearson wanted to string it inside there to Sutton Douglas. She just spent too long doing that, and the Ellsworth defense came and knocked it out of bounds.
And again, it's a name that you brought up earlier on. It's Alexis Moore, just her athleticism right there, just fighting through everything and just deflecting the basketball out. I mean, she was so close to a steal. she's extremely athletic. I mean, it's nice that we don't see her on the court more often.
Patochik and Rohr back in. They will give Douglas and Duran a break. They did not spend long out of this game. And now Abbott Pearson gets caught in a weird spot. She was on one leg like a flamingo, and she gets knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast of Saline. 31-25, the Lady Trojan lead.
Yeah, Abbott got caught in a bad spot right there, but luckily, the ball deflects off some Ellsworth defenders.
Off the inbounds, Brielle Patochik too strong off the heel. Jacobson fighting for the board in a double team. She is fouled. Second team foul of the quarter coming up here for Ellsworth. It will go against Kylan Turnipseed.
Second team.
Elise Haxton, her first. Pearson has it. Down low, Alyssa Rodriguez there to body her up. Pearson will take her to the paint. Now play it to Jacobson.
Yes.
Alexi Jacobson shoved underneath the basket late in that.
And right there, Lexi had the stab. She went in, it was a late whistle, but a good whistle. I mean, you could see Lexi's arms just get ripped away from her from Cruiser as she goes up, and she's going to get 2 free throws from it.
Josie Cruiser, her third foul. Jacobson steps to the free throw line. Her first one is up and good. 5 points in the quarter for Lexi Jacobson here on senior night. The 40-second start between Jacobson, Harris, and Patochik here tonight.
Oh, Addison Rohr.
Here's Rohr again with another rebound. She is tied up, and she has saved a possession for Southeast of Saline. And when I say 40-second start between them, that is as a group where all 3 of them have been in a starting lineup.
Yeah, and if you start doing the math, that's unbelievable. And you talk about some of the senior classes this group has had. I mean, it's amazing that they've cracked the starting lineup as soon as they did.
Here is Pearson. That shot is up no good, but Harris there with it. Back to Jacobson. Midline jumper is good. Maddie Harris, in her own little way, has taken over this game.
She has. You're not going to see her filling up the points tonight, and that's kind of, she just plays how you need her to play. And tonight, it's the boards. It's getting those dirty things. And gosh darn, what a great look and what a great assist from Maddie Harris.
Back to a 9-point lead. Southeast of Saline out in front. They're playing defense, and they have forced a moving screen. It's an offensive foul here against Ellsworth. That foul will go against Alexis Moore, her first, and it's the 3rd turnover of the quarter for the Bearcats.
And Devin, that's the call we talked about earlier. There's no problem with that call. We love that call. When it was called on Southeast, you got to make sure that offensive player is set. You're usually setting a screen on a blinded defender. If you're not set, it's a dangerous situation. It's another good call from the officials.
Token man-to-man pressure here in the backcourt against Patochik and Harris. That's going to be a hard battle to win. Ellsworth watches them come across the timeline. Harris now goes to the right-hand side. There's Brielle stabbing another pass that was outside. She was able to bring it back in. Go to Jacobson, and right now, Lexi is unconscious. She has put 4 field goals and a free throw in this quarter, and they have all not been easy. They've all looked just like that.
Yeah, that wasn't in no shape or form a good shot from Lexi at all until she elevates, and she's all alone up there in the altitude. Just a great finish from the senior.
I don't know what her intentions are after high school, but there's college coaches watching that film going, who is this? I need her.
Well, Jacobson, a legit 30-inch vertical. I mean, she can jump through the roof.
Turnover, Ellsworth. Jacobson has it in the lane. Now they play it back out. It's in the hands of Harris. 45 seconds left to go in the quarter. It's an 11-point lead for Southeast, who gave their lead up for the first time and now got it back. Addison Rohr guilty of the travel there on the baseline, according to that official.
Yeah, and you saw Rohr. She established really good position on the bigger player, Ryan Ohl, and it looked like she kind of got around her. There's so much contact, but maybe Addison just shuffled the feet a little bit that we couldn't see from up here. Nevertheless, official was right on it, but I thought Addison made a great post move to get around Ohl.
36-25 our score. Southeast of Saline leads it by 11. Ellsworth working final seconds here. 25 seconds left to play in the third period. Looked like they wanted a 3 on the right-hand side. Jacobson there, though, to close out, not allow that shot. Clock down to 15. Left-hand side now, a drive and a ball that's lost, but it's going to be poked out of bounds by Brielle Patochik. It will stay here with Ellsworth. 13 seconds left to play.
And you're seeing the Ellsworth offense just looks a little bit out of sync, and that's leading to, again, easier buckets for Southeast, and it's just momentum. You can kind of feel it shifting. It's a shift that you got to keep going on for the fourth quarter.
Paxton has it out to Peshka for 3. Rebound is up in the air, and they're going to call a foul against Ellsworth that will send Maddie Harris to the free throw line. Ellsworth is up against their limit, and with 3.7 seconds left, that foul will send Southeast to the free throw line.
Yeah, a foul at any time, when the clock's winding down is big, but right there when you're getting 2 free throws out of it, just a great job. Everybody knows it's short clock, but Maddie Harris continues to fight until that buzzer's going to go off, and she's going to be rewarded with 2 huge free throws with 3.7 seconds left in the third quarter.
Maddie 2 of 2. She shot those back in the first quarter in this game. She has 7 as she steps to the line with 3.7 seconds left. First free throw is up, splashes through. Southeast lead at 12. Second free throw, hit the heel. Ellsworth is going to grab it. And now coming back the other way, they're going to take a shot from 2/3 court, and that is no good. 37-25 will be our score as we go to the fourth and final quarter. Good run by Southeast of Saline after Ellsworth had their first lead of the game. Southeast of Saline turns them away. You can watch live stream video on SalinaPost.com. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
This is Trojan Basketball on KINA.
Back to action here at Southeast of Saline. Devin Haney along with Tyler Smith. 37-25 our score. Southeast leading by 12. Ellsworth catches it. And a shot down low by Peyton Tinbrink gives her denied. Let's go back to the end of the quarter. Remember back when Ellsworth took their first lead at 20-19? From that point, Southeast of Saline went on an 18-5 run. There's a little hezzy move by Abba Pearson. And she got him with a good move on the baseline to take that 2 points back to a 12-point Southeast lead.
Yeah, the screws have just tightened defensively for Southeast. I mean, you're seeing them fly around. There's a lot of trust. They're understanding where each other are going to be, and you're seeing the benefits happen on the offensive side. Easy buckets for Southeast right now.
Ellsworth working it around, down by a dozen. 7:09 left to go here. Senior night here in the gym, presented by New Image Audio. Down low, they get the ball in. Now they kick it back out. 3 guards around the perimeter. Now they go with 4. There's a drive by Kylan Turnipseed. Now she's stuck. Lost the basketball out of bounds, and they're going to say it stays here with Ellsworth, who really look out of sync right now on offense.
They do. It almost looks like they're just staying on the perimeter. I mean, it's a pick and roll type offense right now. They're trying to run. They're looking for the roll, and if the roll's not there, which is being defended extremely well, except for right there. But, if it's not there, they're struggling. You see Addison Rohr with another rebound.
Lob pass over the top. Landed with Isabel Lindsay. She was not able to make it. Now Southeast has the basketball back. Southeast of Saline working it around. 12 points has been their biggest lead of the night. Pearson with it. Plays it to Harris in the corner. Maddie wants to drive baseline, makes her way back to the rim. Had a Ellsworth player draped over her right shoulder, and she used that to her advantage to get to the free throw line.
And Devin, you're seeing this more and more often. This pick and roll's coming from the high side, and all of a sudden Maddie knows it. The offense knows it's coming. It's how you counteract these well-scouted offenses. Maddie drives baseline, so the defender knows that pick's coming. Maddie gets a clear lane, and the only way you can stop her is to foul her. And it's a great job, Maddie, just taking it all the way to the bucket.
Harris giving Southeast of Saline their biggest lead of the game. She now has 10 points, and Southeast of Saline is up by 14. Harris knocking on the door of 80% free throwing on the season. 41-27, 6:12 left to play. Here's Ellsworth driving to the hoop. Left-handed layup. Laney Peshka is good, and a quick timeout there by Ellsworth. That's 30-second timeout. We'll step away. Back with more Lady Trojan basketball. They lead it by 12.
Troublesome car repair and everyone has told you it cannot be fixed or it's way too expensive? Try McKim Auto Service in Gypsum, Kansas. They do quick, dependable work and provide the lowest hourly rate in the area. McKim Auto will service your vehicle from front to back and everything in between. They treat you and your car like a friend or even family. McKim Service specializes in engine and transmission rebuild. 701 Maple, Gypsum, Kansas. Wouldn't trust anyone else with my family car. So, if your repair seems grim, remember McKim. Give them a call today to make your appointment.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
6:05 left to go, 41-29. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith back here at Southeast of Saline. Busy gym here. As senior activities will go down between games and also halftime of the guys contest. Well, the double feature here of senior activities. Right now, Southeast of Saline's ladies trying to do their part and put away a victory here against Ellsworth. They lead it by 12 with 5:49 left to go. But, boy, this game has been a game of runs, has it not? I mean, it's just been back and forth.
Yeah, it has. And it stopped me if you've heard this before, but it's been the trifecta of Jacobson, Harris, and Patashik. We've been saying for 4 years. They've just taken over in this second half.
Lexi left elbow jumper comes off strong. Ellsworth with the basketball. 5:30 left to play. Bearcats with it. Here's a three. Kylan Turnipseed. That one goes hard off the back of the heel. Loose ball. It's going to be scooped in by Elise Haxton. Haxton turns it out. Back up around the perimeter goes Ellsworth. It's Peshka again on the right-hand wing. Couple of dribbles for her. Now she'll come back to the middle. She'll hand it off to Isabel Lindsley. Now to Turnipseed. She wants to drive to the bucket, and she is going to be grabbed around the arm. A holding foul called here against Southeast of Saline. Let's see who gets it for the Lady Trojans. It will be Addison Rohr.
And a foul called on the floor, it's a big call. I mean, if you're going to commit fouls, make sure you're not giving free opportunities to Ellsworth. Make them get stuff set back up on the baseline. Not a bad foul from Addison Rohr.
Just the first foul of the quarter for Southeast of Saline. Ellsworth only has one foul. With 5 minutes left to play. Here's a steal. Lexi Jacobson. They were trying to get Peyton Coonrod back door, and Lexi just came in and took it out of the air. Here comes Southeast back to their end. 4:54 left to go, and the ball off the fingertips of Jacobson out of bounds. Southeast turns it back over.
And immediately, Maddie Harris just points at herself. She said it's on her. She understood that she was putting Lexi in a really bad spot. Even if Lexi makes that catch, it's tough. You're cornered in the baseline. That double team's coming. Maddie knows better than that, and she just immediately told Lexi that's on her.
12-point lead remains here for Southeast. Now back playing defense against Ellsworth's offense. Now a collision underneath the basket. Boy, Southeast hoping for a player control here, but it's going to go against Abba Pearson. And Pearson will get her second.
Yeah, and from our angle here is that pick and roll again. And it looked like Abba read it perfectly. Looked like she was up, had her feet set. Ball kind of jiggles around a little bit, and all of a sudden that kind of creates, an awkward situation. See a strong finish again from Alexis Moore.
Yep.
I mean, not again. I mean, that's the first time Alexis has scored tonight, but we've seen her do so many things. The first matchup, we've seen her be extremely athletic on the defensive side.
Back to 10. Southeast of Saline leading 41-31. They do have the basketball. Patachik with it on the right wing. Now back to Harris. Couple of test dribbles there for Harris. She'll play it left to Jacobson. Jacobson getting called for the foul. For the traveling. Sorry.
You can see right there, Jacobson doesn't know. She's kind of confused on what she did right there, but she saw that she had baseline in her mind. And I think from here, she slowed everything down. I think she's super confused with the call, as I am as well, but she looked very fundamental, was driving baseline. She had a wide open lane, just called for the travel.
Southeast back to defense now. Ellsworth trying to string some possessions together. They go inside to Alexis Moore, and she's going to score off the window. She also draws the foul and will go to the free throw line. Alexis Moore now 4 straight points, and she'll step to the line and try to make it 5.
Yeah, and it was Douglas that was defending her, and Moore catches the ball up high, and it was just Sutton's body that just continued to get into her.
Free throw is good. So Alexis Moore makes her stamp on this fourth quarter with 5 straight points. Southeast of Saline's lead has been cut down to 7. Rel Patachik with it. She'll play it back out now to Abba Pearson. Here's Harris for a long 2. That one creeps home. Hometown rim and a nice shooting touch for Maddie Harris, who now has 12.
And despite that shot going in, that's the worst shot in basketball. The 19-footer is horrible. Just shoot that three-pointer from 20 feet. But I love the composure from Maddie. She takes a couple dribbles, didn't really know what to do with it, decides I'm wide open, and she buries the 19-footer.
Oh, traveling on the left-hand side for Ellsworth. And that will turn it back over to Southeast of Saline.
I mean, and we've had some calls that we didn't feel like favored us. And I know Ellsworth feels the same way, but one thing you got to say, this game's been officiated super equal both ways. I mean, that's a travel call that we were confused on the other side without a great angle, but I'm assuming that's what Lexi did on the other side.
See what Southeast strategy is here. They might go into the mode where they make the clock their ally. Brel Potachik's going to drive along the baseline, goes to Jacobson. Jacobson tried to jump stop. Looked like she lost her footing there. Maybe half rolled an ankle. I don't know. That looked really awkward for Lexi, but she doesn't appear for worse wear. She goes to the other end.
Yeah, it looked like Coach Shauna Smith's wanting to push right there. I mean, it was just kind of an awkward situation that Lexi got herself into and kind of wondering how that happened.
3 minutes left to go. It's a 9-point Southeast of Saline lead. Ellsworth goes back inside to Moore. She has a poked away from behind. Now the basketball goes to the corner. Abba Pearson over there with it, and she lost it out of bounds off her leg via the pressure of Alyssa Rodriguez, and the official is going to give it to Ellsworth.
And Abba did a great job diving after the basketball, keeping her body in bounds, and it looks like she was under control, tries to make a pass, ricochets off a few bodies, and I think they called it last off at Abba.
Lob pass into Moore. She puts a shot up. That's no good. Ellsworth wants a foul. Now a long pass up the floor to Jacobson. She is knocked down, but a follow by Addison Rohr. Addison with her first field goal and a timeout called by Southeast of Saline. 2:40 left to go, and it's a 30-second timeout as Southeast has just regained a double-digit lead here on KINA.
The Southeast of Saline School District has a long-standing reputation for excellence. This excellence in public education has been a source of great pride and one of the factors contributing to the quality of life in our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation works in partnership with the USD 306 School District and the community that it serves to maximize student potential, thereby creating a lasting legacy, not only for our children, but for our community. The Southeast of Saline Education Foundation salutes the Trojan sports program.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
A little more than 2.5 minutes left to go in this one. 2:40 left to go. 45-34. Southeast of Saline holding Ellsworth here at arm's length so far. They've been as close as 7. They've been as far away from Southeast as 14. Right now it's an 11-point game. 45-34. Ellsworth with the basketball. Rodriguez has it. She's going to shoot a 3. Top of the circle. That rolls off. Jacobson over the top. Takes the rebound away from Ellsworth. Boy, that was a weight room moment for Lexi Jacobson.
And you saw every single inch of that 30-inch vertical come out there. No contact with any Ellsworth defender, just skies over everybody. Big-time rebound for Lexi.
Harris with it on the right-hand side. Southeast now may want to make really good friends with this clock. Harris just got smacked in the face. Maddie just got a glance at her coach and the official that are standing side by side, and now a foul will be called here against Ellsworth.
And that's something, I mean, Maddie absorbs so much contact, and we see it so many times in the perimeter. Just the way that she plays, the defenders get so close to her because she's so good with her handles. And right there, it looks like she caught an elbow in the face. I don't know if there's a tougher player on the court. She's willing to take it, and she's willing to stay in the game.
45-34. Remember last time these two hooked together, Abba Pearson had a bloody nose that she took a timeout and never came out and missed a second. She got smacked in the face when we were at Ellsworth playing. Southeast now. Just running the clock down. 1:43 left to play. Harris has it in her hands. Now she gets an alley, gets tripped up. She puts the basketball up to the rim. And Maddie just looks like she wants to take a nap right now. She is exhausted in this game. She has exerted a lot of energy and not rested much. As they call a tripping foul. They're going to call the foul on the floor. And it will be Southeast of Saline's ball underneath their own basket. But first, a timeout called here by Ellsworth. It's a full timeout. We will step aside. 1:40 left to play. Southeast of Saline with an 11-point lead in the basketball when we come back.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Citizens State Bank has been serving Kansans for over 100 years. We're a full-service bank that can service your personal, business, and agricultural lending and deposit needs. Citizens State Bank offers 24/7 convenience with mobile deposit, online banking, and our ATM conveniently located in front of the building. Stop by and see our friendly and helpful staff. Citizens State Bank at 600 Maple Street in Gypsum, Kansas. Citizens State Bank and Trust Company is a proud supporter of the Southeast of Saline Trojans.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
1:40 left to play here back at the gym at Southeast of Saline. Southeast has a victory. Abba Pearson to the goal on the right-hand side. Somebody for Ellsworth lost their tire. Speaking of commercial tire centers, Peyton Tenbrink blew out her left wheel that time as that inbounds play started. And a foul was called on Ellsworth. It was Elise Haxton with her third, and Addison Rohr to the free throw line.
Yeah, interesting setup right there. We saw Maddie on the far side, and we saw a stack situation that you've seen since you were coaching first grade basketball, but they stacked on the opposite side and just let a wide open lane to a charging Abba Pearson who misses the layup. But again, it's Addison Rohr, right place, right time, offensive rebound, going to the free throw line for two.
Second free throw.
Or
is that? I'm lost. What happened there? Does she make the basket? I was watching the shoe.
Yes. I stopped when I saw the shoe. We're going to give her the basket and the three-point play.
Yeah, it was a 1 point. Then the break, it was 3 points.
And right there, nice entry pass into Ellsworth to Peyton Tenbrink, and you just see Abba just get the elbow in there. Just keep, and Shauna Smith's pleading with her, just go straight up, make that extremely difficult. You have good position, don't get the arms inside of her.
It's a blessing and the curse of video, you know. When you're just on radio, you can say whatever, and people have to trust you, but now they're like, those guys are idiots. It was a 3-point play by Addison Rohr, by the way. Got distracted by the shoe. Here's a rebound now by Addison Rohr. Coming back the other way, Southeast of Saline with it. Up by 14. This ties their biggest lead of the night. 68 seconds left to play. Just a little over a minute. Pearson up top. She'll find Brielle Potacek. Boy, what a big 6-point swing that was for Brielle in the third quarter when things were tight. Remember, she was the one that when Ellsworth took a 20-19 lead, Brielle put up with that for about 7 seconds before she took it right back. Southeast hasn't looked back since.
They haven't. And Devin, as Abba goes to the free throw line for two, just really quickly about these seniors. You know, you talk about all the accolades that they've, done on the basketball floor that we know so many things about. These are multi-sport athletes that are all league in multiple other sports. The things that they do and the pressure of high school athletes and students these days, they continue just to embrace it. And, I've talked to you many times. I mean, what they are as role models to my younger girls is amazing. Like the parents that these kids have that continue to push them, continue to drive them not only to be better, but have driven them everywhere since they were just little kids.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it's been so much fun to watch these. I hate these senior nights because they're bittersweet, but these three seniors, boy, they've taken over in the second half, and they deserve all the accolades they're going to get after the season, especially after tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about it. They are stringing together quite the group effort when it comes to what they have done as far as just starting games. And you got to be not sick, you got to be not injured, and they did get cheated at about 9 games together, as Elise Haxton makes both the free throws when Lexi Jacobson suffered an unfortunate wrist injury her sophomore season. But he take that out of the way. Tonight was their 42nd start as a trio on the floor. And, boy, that's just incredible first and foremost. But what they have done also is crazy, too, with the league titles, with going to state, things like that honorable mentions. I mean, it's just you think about their careers and you take 3 Southeast of some players in any other year or any other season or any other generation, it's going to be hard to find the 3 amigos that are as strong as these 3.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, 90% of the time when they play an NCAA league game, they get a win. And you see Maddie Harris the first, I'm going to get emotional, just stop talking.
The great thing that I love about these girls, and really tonight sums it up, it's the resiliency, right? Ellsworth comes back after Southeast had a big lead. They were up by double digits. Ellsworth comes back. They take a lead. Then, as I said, Brielle was the first one to say, this ain't happening tonight. Went down, scored. Then she came down, got a 3. All of a sudden, Southeast went from being down by 1 to being up by 11. I mean, it happened in a hiccup. Also, when you look at the way this their seasons, their careers have been like that. The first 2 varsity games that these girls played as freshmen, they lost back-to-back games. You know how many times that's happened since then? It hasn't. 0. So it's almost like right out of the gate. They lost the first 2 games as freshmen on the varsity floor, back-to-back to start a season. That was December 4th and December 8th of 2020, by the way. They lost 2 games in a row. It hasn't happened since then. And that is crazy to think about.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you this feeling like this is a team that they kind of like this underdog role, right? And all of a sudden you're going to go into a sub-state where you might have to travel. You might be the 5th seed, believe it or not. I mean, right now you're looking to go to 14-5. Maybe you push this to 15-5 next week as the 5 seed. I think this team would embrace this, and they're going to, whatever. They just take one game at a time, and they're led by these 3 seniors.
Pearson missed the first free throw. Second one is on its way. She can't get that one either. She's missed her last 3 now at the free throw line. And the basketball will stay here as Sarah Feldman has come in. She's in there along with Reagan Duran, Sutton Douglas, Addison Rohr, Abba Pearson. Now springing up off the bench will be Carly Zerflew. She's going to go in for Abba Pearson. 20 seconds left in this one. Feldman trying to inbound, has it poked away. 49-36. Couple of 14-point leads here in this second half for Southeast of Saline. Now it's down to 13, and another ball out of bounds. We're going to end this game 0.6 of a second at a time. How's that? Just keep stringing it out. Also, you talk about playing your best basketball. You have a big break coming up. You don't play Friday night. You play 1 week from tonight to round out your regular season in Belleville against Republic County. Right now, this is a 4-game winning streak for Southeast of Saline. Odds are next Tuesday they're probably going to go to Belleville. They're going to make it 5, and that's how they're going to go into Sub-State on a 5-game winning streak, more than likely, and playing what I think is their best offensive basketball of the season.
Yeah, it is, and it's one of those things. I mean, we talk about how tough the Sub-State is. What are other teams thinking about when they're in a Sub-State and all of a sudden they see a 15-5 potentially Southeast team coming at them, not in the top 4 seeds, and then if you get a win on the road, you're hosting. Everybody's got to come through the Purple Palace, and they've defended their home turf so well.
Right, and that can be the rally cry, right? Go win one on the road, and then you come back and you're at home for the semifinal and the final. We'll talk about all that later on, but right now it is another Lady Trojan victory, 49-36, the final score. Southeast of Saline now goes to 14-5 on the season. They also put their league record at the second best in the league so far at 7-2. For the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats, they will go to 8-10 on the season, 2-7 in league play. When we come back on postgame, we'll go over final numbers for you. We'll also name a Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game when we come back on the postgame report. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers after a Lady Trojan victory, 49-36, right here on KINA.
Winter travel can be.
In the meantime, I'll tell you that Saturday here is regional wrestling, and it begins at 10 a.m., so you want to be here for that. There's some amazing wrestlers, and Southeast of Saline has plenty of guys that are going to do their darndest to get to the state tournament. The state tournament's being held in Salina this year, so that's easy for wrestling fans to watch our wrestlers this year. Regionals here on Saturday. The following week, it's state in Salina. And so tonight, we are honoring the 2024 senior basketball players and their parents. We will begin with our girls team. Our first senior is Maddie Harris. Maddie is the daughter of Jessica and Zach Harris. Maddie's been a member of the Lady Trojans basketball team for 4 years, led her all 4. She's also a 3-time All-NCAA first team selection. Maddie plans on attending Kansas State University and work towards a major in dietetics. Number 31, Maddie. Our next senior is Lexi Jacobson. Lexi is the daughter of Tish and Kim Jacobson. Lexi's been a member of the Lady Trojan basketball program for 4 years, Leonard 4 years, honorable mention All-NCAA as a junior. Lexi will be attending the University of Kansas, majoring in human biology on the pre-med track. Number 30, Lexi Jacobson. Our next senior, Brielle Patacek. Brielle is the daughter of Pesha and Chance Patacek. Brielle is a 4-year member of the Lady Trojans basketball program. For 4 years, and lettered all 4 years, and was honorable mention All-NCAA as a junior. Brielle will be attending Kansas State University in the fall and studying architecture. Number 10, Brielle Patacek. During their career at SES, these 3 seniors have been a part of 3 NCAA championships, 1 sub-state runner-up, and 1 sub-state championship. And now on the boys' side, for our fellas, our first senior boy is Omar Calzada. Omar is the son of Olga and Gamaro Calzada. Omar has been a part of the Trojan basketball program for 3 years and lettered 1. Omar plans on attending Salina Area Tech and majoring in electrical technology. Number 3, Omar Calzada. Next up is Connor Castleman. Connor is the son of Elizabeth Castleman and Kate Castleman. Connor is a 4-year member of the Trojan basketball team and lettered 1 year. Connor plans to attend Manhattan Tech in the fall and study electrical power and distribution. Number 2, Connor Castleman. Our next senior fellow, that's Kirby Davis. Kirby is the son of Jenny and Kelly Davis. Kirby's been a part of Trojan basketball program for 4 years and lettered 3. Kirby plans on becoming an X-ray tech after graduation. Number 24, Kirby Davis. Our next senior, it's Daniel Kerr. Daniel is the son of Jenny and Ryan Kerr. He is a 4-year member of Trojan basketball program and lettered 3 of the 4. Danny plans on attending Kansas State in the fall. Number 5, Daniel Kerr. Our last senior boy, and it's almost Brenton Leeds. Brenton is the son of Emily and Tony Leeds. Brenton is a 4-year member of the Trojan basketball team, lettered 2 years. Brenton plans on attending Salina Area Tech College for electrical technology. Number 35, Brenton Leeds. These senior boys have been part of 3 NCAA championships, 2 sub-state championships, and 2 third-place finishes at state. Congratulations, seniors.
Sixth game as a starter over 4 seasons. I don't know how much more I can go on about these three. I appreciate the data and some stats that we put together. We cite ourselves as sources, but we're pretty reliable, I think. And it's just, man, this game tonight, though, was just kind of a sample size of how they've been through their career. They weren't ever going to give up. You knew they were going to make some plays to win this game. And it's almost like when they looked at the scoreboard and saw Ellsworth up 20-19, when Ellsworth had their first lead, it was like game on.
Yeah, and something I think just you have to give them all the credit for is they never cared who was getting the recognition. They never cared. I mean, I think maybe the only thing they care about is who has the most floor burned at the end of the game. Like that's what they're all about. They're all about just getting a win, deciding how they can contribute each and every night to the end goal. And you've seen their numbers kind of. I think at one point we just thought that all three of them would average 20 as seniors, but that's not how they play. They don't play the game for individual accolades. They play it for team wins. And again, you want to talk about the importance and the power of high school sports. I mean, they're smart, they're confident, and they're powerful women. And they're going to go on beyond this and do amazing things. Here we go again. But it all stems just from, what they do here. And you see it. We're so fortunate to get to watch young, powerful women like this night in and night out. Just a blessing. Tip of the cap to those three.
Their story on the basketball floor not over yet. They get a victory here tonight. They move their team record now to 14-5 with a 49-36 victory over the Ellsworth Bearcats. They will have a week off until they go to Belleville to face Republic County to round out the regular season. That is a 1 week from tonight. We're about ready to turn it around and now get ready for game number 2 of our doubleheader. Coming up, we'll revisit a conversation we had with head coach Bryson Flax as we get ready for the state-ranked Bearcats and the Southeast of Saline Trojans. It's coming up with starters and the start of this game in about 12 and a half minutes. It's coming up here on KINA.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach, right off Crawford, and in the Central Mall, Salina, and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Okay, Coach, thank you for your breakdown on your offense and defense. Now here's Lynell Garrettson, your real estate coach for buying and selling.
Hi, fans. It's Lynell Garrettson from SalinaHomes.com, and I'm here to coach you up in your real estate game plan. Now is a great time to list your house, land, or investment. Or if you're in the buying mood, I'd love to help you find just the right real estate opportunity for you. And as always, go Trojans.
Buy or sell, call Lynell at SalinaHomes.com.
Time now to look ahead to the second game of our doubleheader coming up tonight. Of course, it's the Southeast of Saline boys, and to do that, it'll be head coach Bryson Flax. Coach, we didn't get a chance to talk to you last night. We were just kind of keep it moving type of mode, getting out of that gym, getting home, and regrouping for today with back-to-back nights. But, boy, a pretty good game assembled by your guys last night. Double-digit win on the road against Ellenwood. And at times, you played pretty well in this game, especially in that third quarter.
Yeah, I thought we did some really good things. We made a couple minor adjustments at half, and but like I said, we did good things defensively throughout the night, I thought, and we were able to get the ball inside a little bit, and when we were pretty successful. And so, I was really happy with our guys. We had some, Gannon didn't score. Owen really didn't score. But we had, Omar steps up and Connor steps up and Kirby step up. And so that's was really encouraging to see when our 2 leading scorers, are not contributing, in the point column. We had some other guys that were able to step up. So that, like I said, that's encouraging.
Yeah, as a group, and really as a group of guys that come off the bench, I thought Omar Calzada, Kirby Davis really played well for you last night. Isaiah Carey just seems to me, every time he comes in the game, it's starting to kind of go through his brain and then end up in effort on the defensive end. You know how the young guys are. Sometimes when they come in, all they want to do is score. Isaiah looks like he's figuring it out, defense and rebounding.
Yeah, Isaiah is really he's pretty athletic, and he, he'll get a bigger frame and he'll be able to contribute more, in the future. But we really like the progress that he's made, and he's just got to believe that he belongs. That's part of the thing, and because we got a lot of confidence in him playing him at any moment, and then he's just got to believe that he's capable, because he is capable, but yeah, we had good energy off the bench last night, and we need that going forward. You're seeing pieces here and there. We just need to put a game with all those pieces together and see how good we could be.
This game was tied at the end of the first quarter, 9-9, and we had our share of runs in this game. You started the second quarter on a 10-0 run, but then Ellenwood came back, made it a 4-point game at halftime, but then third quarter you put it away. One of the guys I left out of that group that I just mentioned, and it was on purpose, was Connor Castleman, because that third quarter really belonged to Connor Castleman. He started to take over in this game. He ends up with a new career high scoring of 13 points. He was also guarding their best offensive player. I thought Connor's last night was his best game yet. Yeah, it was, I think, and he did a great job rebounding the basketball as well, and he really attacked some of those boards, and when Connor, when things are flowing for him, he can step out and knock down open shots as well, and he did. And again, it's some nights it's one or two guys, and then the next night it's a different two guys. I'd like to see us put it together, and I think that's what we're searching for, and hoping that we can get down the stretch. First 3-game win streak of the season. Your offense has come alive here during that span as well. The task tonight, though, a little bit different, isn't it? You're a step up in competition. You have the Ellsworth Bearcats come in. They've only lost 2 games this season, both of them to Beloit. This Ellsworth team, as we know, very, very tough. What'd you see from that first meeting with Ellsworth that you think maybe can carry over tonight, and also some stuff that you don't want to see again tonight that happened in that game? Yeah, I thought we were pretty good defensively the first time we played them, for the most part. We did some good things with Will, and until late he started getting to some spots later in the game, but early on I thought we did a pretty good job of keeping him from getting to his spots. We got dominated on the glass, and that was a big deal when you give up so many second chance points, or worse, defend for 30 seconds and then give up an offensive rebound and have to defend for another 40 seconds. That's a little troublesome, so we'll have to pick that up. And then offensively, I didn't think we got the ball on the block at all, and I didn't think we were very aggressive getting downhill against them. We kind of just got bumped and settled to reroute where we're going and kick and settle for jumpers. So I hope we come in with a little different attitude about being aggressive downhill and getting the ball into the paint a little bit. Should be a good one. Good luck to you. We'll talk to you after the game. Thanks, Devin. Bryson Flax, head coach of the Southeast Trojans. His guys tonight taking on the state-ranked Ellsworth Bearcats.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Saline.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Maybe you don't play quarterback or make the highlight reel. Maybe you're not a high school athlete anymore. But just like an athlete, you can get first-class orthopedic care from Saline Ortho. Their doctors and staff strive to get you back to an injury-free, pain-free life as quickly as possible. Saline Ortho has a doctor on call 24/7 for all orthopedic injuries. So next time you're injured, trust the experts at Saline Ortho. Your voice, your choice, past, present, and future. See them online at salineortho.com.
The Farmall 25SC subcompact tractor from Case IH is a smarter, simpler, all-purpose machine that combines the utility and durability of a larger tractor with an intuitive, compact design, power and maneuverability, plus adaptable performance and no-worry maintenance, all in one convenient package. Get your compact, can-do Farmall 25SC at Can Equip in Salina.
Can equip you.
Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories. Everything to bling out your ride in one place, including top quality lift kits, wheels and tires, bumpers, Jeep accessories, fender flares, bed covers, bed liners, step bars, even custom painting. Knopf Auto is the and soil dealer and has many synthetics and filters in stock. Visit Knopf Auto on Facebook for specials, great ideas, and let them make your truck stick out in a crowd. Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories, supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at SalinePainClinic.org.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Welcome back to Southeast of Saline as we get ready for the second game of our doubleheader. Countdown to tip-off here brought to you by L&L Advisors as we get ready for the boys contest. Southeast of Saline, they come in after a big victory on the road last night against Ellenwood. 52-31 for the first time this season. Bryson Flack's squad has a 3-game winning streak, and they will take on a tough task tonight in the Ellsworth Bearcats, a team that is ranked 5th in the state by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. They come in with a 16-2 record. Both of those losses are to the top-ranked team in Class 3A, and the Beloit Trojans. Ellsworth comes in, as I said, with a 16-2 record. Southeast of Saline and Ellsworth. First time these two hooked up. It's a good defensive battle. You heard head coach Bryson Flack say in pregame that he was pretty happy with the defense, but they got killed on the boards. A lot of second chance opportunities for Ellsworth to score in that game. And even though Southeast of Saline lost by double digits, it was the Trojans that led at halftime 19-18. Then a couple of different second chance opportunities by the Bearcats, and of course, Will Cravens got going as well. And that put the demise on that road victory attempt for Southeast of Saline. But the Trojans have another crack at it here and a chance to get 4 victories in a row. See if they can pull that off when we come back. We have a 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll have starters and the tip. It's the Bearcats and the Trojans in the NCAA coming up after this on KINA.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor is running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
The Trojans are experts in precision passes, and Everhart Precision Ag are your experts in grid soil sampling. Everhart Precision Ag does all the sampling and data analysis in-house, keeping it local and close to the farm. They're also your local channel seedsman, selling all seeds with an emphasis in corn and soybeans. Trust Matt Everhart and Lane Hensley at Everhart Precision Ag, serving Saline, Dickinson, McPherson, and Ottawa counties, and also supporting Southeast of Saline Trojans. For more information, visit EverhartPrecision.com.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
Back here at Southeast of Saline, ready for the second game of our doubleheader. Southeast of Saline's guys now on a 3-game winning streak. They're set to take on the Ellsworth Bearcats. Let's go over starting lineups for you. First, for the Bearcats of Ellsworth, they're under the direction of head coach Brett Rolfs. They will start Will Cravens, one of the top players in Class 3 in the state of Kansas. He's a 6'3 senior who averages 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. With Cravens in the starting lineup will be Lane Rolfs, a 6'1 senior, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists per game. Leighton Liker, another senior at 6'1". He averages 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. Cooper McGowan, a 6'3 sophomore, 4 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist per game. And Riley Stone rounds it out for Ellsworth. He's a 6'3 senior, 11 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist per contest. The head coach of the Bearcats is Brett Rolfs. For Southeast of Saline, and under the direction of head coach Bryson Flax, assisted by Trent Douglas and Joe Ross, they will go with 5 seniors. They have 5 total seniors. They will start all 5 of them tonight, led by Connor Castleman. Castleman's been on a tear lately, at his best offensive night scoring last night against Ellenwood of 13 points. Castleman now averaging 4.5 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. Omar Calzada, a 6'4 senior in the starting lineup, 4.5 points per game, also 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Daniel Kerr, a 6'1 senior. It's Captain Kerr, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Kirby Davis, a 6'3 senior, 2 rebounds, 2 points, and an assist per game. Kirby Davis also coming off of a career-high scoring night at Ellenwood with 9 points. And Brenton Leeds has been sensational over the last few games. The 6'5 senior averages 7 points a game, 6 rebounds, and an assist per contest. State-ranked Ellsworth, 2 losses on the season, both of them to Beloit. Southeast of Saline on a 3-game winning streak. Tyler Smith, your New Image Audio keys to success tonight for the Trojans.
It's no secret that you got to slow down Will Craven somehow, some way. But when you're doing that, you got to keep your structure defensively to make sure you're not giving second chance opportunities. You talk about Riley Stone, the damage he did in his first matchup, just getting those second chance boards, going back up. So you got it's one of those. It's a balance. Like how do you contain Cravens? You're not going to stop him. Craven's going to get his, but how do you limit the opportunities for everybody else? Love the energy. I love the fact that all 5 seniors are starting. This is a senior group. This isn't like a token gesture. I mean, it is. It's not your normal starting 5, but these 5 seniors have done so much. Let's see the energy that they bring. If they can control their emotions, it's a fun night for Southeast.
Stone leads in the center circle. Ellsworth wearing their road reds, Southeast wearing their home whites, and it's Omar Calzada that secures the opening possession for Southeast of Saline. Again, at halftime in Ellsworth, Southeast led 19-18, but it was a 15-4 third quarter that buried the Trojans. Kirby Davis with the basketball. He'll play it over to the right-hand side to Connor Castleman. Now back to Daniel Kerr. His shot off the glass won't go. It's a little bit wild, and it lands in the arms of Ellsworth.
Yeah, Kerr did a great job getting to the paint. There's so many Ellsworth defenders around him. I love that he went up strong, but just too many bodies around him to finish that shot.
Cravens in the middle of the paint doing what Will Cravens does, and that's scoring a teardrop from about 5. First basket of the game belongs to Ellsworth, 2-0. Bearcats strike early here. Southeast of Saline trying to settle into their offense, and they are going to have a moving screen call and a turnover here against the Trojans. Let's see who gets this one. It's Omar Calzada on the first foul.
When you saw Craven's ability to score, just driving to the bucket, he can score at all 3 levels. He can score inside the lane, he can score mid-range, and he's lethal from outside. So it's so difficult to defend him. But, right now it's Daniel Kerr that's going man-to-man with him, and you're going to need a lot of help if you're Kerr in that Southeast defense.
It'll be Kerr, it'll probably be Gebhardt, it'll be Connor Castleman. Those 3 probably primarily will be the 3-headed monster that goes at Will Cravens tonight. There's Rolfs up top. Now he plays it to Leiker. Leighton Leiker back to Cravens. Cravens tried to pass it across the paint to Stone, and Stone was already taking up rebounding position. Watch that one sail out of bounds as the 2 teams exchange turnovers here. 6:40 left to go. We're just underway first period. 2-0 Ellsworth with an early lead off of Craven's jump shot, their first possession of the night. Southeast of Saline now working on their 3rd possession. Leads top of the circle, center of the floor. Now he goes over to the right-hand side to Castleman. Castleman's 3rd quarter last night was pretty darn good. There was a phase of that game where he just took over. Here's Leeds, top of the key 3. Trickles off, no good, and it's Cravens with the rebound for the Bearcats.
Yeah, but you don't mind that shot from Leeds. I mean, it's coming within the offense. It's wide open. All of a sudden, a hand comes flying through from Stone. But that's a shot that we've seen him bury.
Cravens unleashes a 3 with Kerr in his face. McGowan with the putback. He rejects it. Leeds comes out. Not only did he get the block, he saved it from going out of bounds in the corner.
Yeah, everybody else just kind of stopped, and Leeds out hustled everybody to the basketball. It's always awesome when you can block the ball and keep it in bounds.
Connor Castleman using his left hand to his advantage again. Gets off the basket on the right-hand side. Got stuck under the rim, it looked like. Then all of a sudden we see him elevating and scoring on the left-hand side. 2-2 our score. What a play that was by Leeds on the defensive end.
Yeah, I got it all started in a crafty finish from Castleman. Used the rim to kind of protect himself from Ellsworth defenders. Just a great finish from the senior.
Stone inside, buries his shoulder into Leeds, backs him down, shot up, no good. Britton Leeds with the rebound. Here comes Southeast of Saline. Castleman with the ball in his hands. Goes to the right-hand side to Kerr. Daniel Kerr surveying, now goes back to Leeds, top of the circle. Here's Castleman now again with it, top of the circle. Wants to drive, steps through the defense. Lost the defense, but wasn't comfortable there. Plays it back out to Kirby Davis.
And I like that heady play. Like you said, he wasn't comfortable. He got himself in what we thought was a good shooting position, but Connor wasn't comfortable with it. Kicks it out instead of forcing something silly.
He had a couple threes last night, had a couple of nice drives to the rim. That was just his third quarter. Here's a shot put up by Calzada. That's an air ball. He overshot it. Castleman ends up with the rebound again. This runner from Connor Castleman is a little too strong. Ellsworth pulls it away. 4:45 left to go. Here's a long pass up the floor. Cravens to Cooper McGowan, and they're going to say it's Ellsworth basketball.
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one to kind of figure out. You just look at the angles of the hands, and you see it looked like an extremely athletic play by Cooper McGowan to even get a hands on the basketball. He had it. Calzada's hand was in the vicinity, but they're going to call it out on Calzada.
Calzada and Kirby Davis come out of the game. Southeast of Saline's top two scorers come into the game. Gannon Jacobson along with Owen Bailey. Here's another block by Leeds at the point of attack. Up the floor, Jacobson. As he gets going here, he missed that layup. Craven's trying to tap it to himself, but Kerr takes it away. Kerr in the corner to Jacobson. Gannon Jacobson did not score last night in the victory over Ellenwood. Castleman out to Owen Bailey. Little ball fake. Plays it now in the corner to Leeds. They go opposite side of the floor now to Castleman. We're approaching the halfway mark of the first quarter already. Bailey with it. Free throw line extended right-hand side. Now to Jacobson. He'll shoot the three. That one's off the mark. No good. Leeds saved it. Out to Kerr. Daniel Kerr now will survey and see what's there for him. Goes behind his back. Has Liker all over him like a bad suit. Bailey on the right-hand side now. He goes to Jacobson. Lob pass inside to Leeds, and he's going to be stripped away by Cooper McGowan.
Devin, it's the composure so far, Southeast. I think it's going to, you keep this composure. You're not seeing a lot of shots forced up early. Try, as long as you possess the basketball. Will Cravens can't score from 90 feet that we've seen yet. I'm sure the guy can. But as long as you have the basketball, you're doing good things for yourself.
Here's a block from behind by Kerr. Leeds might have also had something to do with that, helping over on defense as he stepped to the front side. The ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay here with Ellsworth. 2-2, still our score. 3:35 left to play here in this first quarter. I have a couple of girls' finals that are starting to roll in. We'll share those with you when we get a break in the action. And now here's a body foul called against Brenton Leeds down low. It is his first, second team foul of the quarter on Southeast of Saline.
Yeah, it's a tough foul on Leeds. He did such a good job establishing a good defense position, but you just tell the body just kept creeping in. And you saw right there that Riley Stone felt it and just went to the basket and drew the foul.
Ball into Rolfs. Now he's going to play it through Liker to Cravens. Three-pointer on the way, and it splashes in. Will Cravens will take a crack of daylight and make sunshine out of it, as he did right there.
Yeah, no room at all. Just had that, just like you said, a little bit of crack, and he went up. That's a tough finish.
5-2. Here's a pass into Leeds. He was able to kind of gather it up underneath the basket and then finish on the right-hand side. Brenton Leeds with his first basket of the game.
And again, we talk about these post players all the time. If you can keep the ball high on a catch, which is much easier said than done, you're going to have a lot of success. But Leeds did a great job. Caught the ball off balance, but stayed strong enough. Great finish.
Craven's trying to post up Daniel Kerr down low. He does get the ball now out in the corner on the left-hand side. He skip passes out to Rolfs. Rolfs, three-pointer, bangs around, comes off the glass, into the hands of Cooper McGowan, who will save it for Ellsworth. 2:40 left to play in the opening quarter. Cravens, another three-pointer from long distance, and it goes in. Not sure what you do about that other than just to play full ball deny defense on the guy.
Yeah, I mean, Kerr was right there. Kerr's in his hip pocket. I mean, that's exactly how you teach your players to play defense. Good defense from Kerr, just a better finish from Cravens.
A couple of three-pointers right now. The strength for Ellsworth as they lead 8-4. Here's Jacobson, left-hand side. He wants to drive, steps through about four different Ellsworth defenders, and a foul will be called that will send Gannon Jacobson to the free throw line. First foul for Ellsworth on the evening. It will go against Leighton Liker.
And again, it's back to that composure. I mean, Jacobson attacks the rim, but he had an intent. He had a purpose. He wasn't going in there and just looking around. He knew exactly once he had that first step that he was going to try to finish, and he draws the contact from McGowan as he hits the first free throw.
Gannon averages about 12 a game. He did not score last night.
24 if you do the math.
That's what I'm saying. Got to trust that average, right?
There you go.
2 free throws are good here. A couple girls finals for you on the Bennington State Bank scoreboard. In girls play, Beloit beat Sacred Heart tonight 34-29. Hayes defeated Abilene 53-27. That was Hayes High, by the way, too, not TMP. Here it's 8-6, Ellsworth leading Southeast of Saline. The Southeast girls got a victory earlier tonight, 49-36. Another 2-pointer put up by Ellsworth. This is the first basket for Ben Hipp. 10-6 the score. Here's Castleman on the left-handed side. Tried to challenge McGowan. That's no good on the long rebound. Here comes Ellsworth once again. Grady Gebhardt right now on Will Cravens.
And I love this matchup. I love just watching Grady play defense on Cravens because his one concern is Cravens. He's not worried about anything else.
That's fair, and that's kind of what my thought process was, too. You give it to Grady, that's his assignment, right? And he's going to assign the assignment out of that assignment. He's going to do everything he can, while Kerr is still worried about running the team.
Yes,
correct?
Without a doubt. I mean, he knows he's got one job, and I don't think there's a guy that wants this job more than Grady Gebhardt.
They're going to have to set a high screen here to try to free Cravens up. Calzada will come off on the switch. Cravens lost the handle momentarily. Now he'll draw a double team, try to shoot over it. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Ellsworth as Cravens takes it back after Hipp was saving it, keeping it alive. And Ben Hipp's save ends up in another Will Cravens 2 points. It's a 6-point game. 12-6 Ellsworth, closing minute of the first quarter. Jacobson with it, now down along the baseline to Owen Bailey. Back out to Calzada, him and Jacobson standing in the same space. Gannon, though, has it. He'll fire it off left-hand side to Castleman. Back to Jacobson on the right-hand side of the offense. Clock down to 35. Here's Castleman now. Quick move to the paint. He went right by McGowan, and he scores with the left hand. Connor Castleman with 4.
So smooth. Just took that first step. Had McCown beat, and nobody from Ellsworth could get over on help side. Great finish on the left-hand side from the lefty, Connor Castleman.
You almost want to take Connor and go back to his freshman year and just grab his face and go, do you know how athletic you are?
Yes. You're exactly right. I mean, super explosive.
12-8, our score. Here's Southeast trying to close it out on defense, and we're going to have a foul away from the basketball. And it's going to be on Grady Gebhardt. Probably could expect that coming, as Grady Gebhardt is playing defense on Will Cravens right now. 5.9 left.
And we talk about Cravens being a score at all 3 levels, but he works so well without the basketball as well. That's what Grady's dealing with right there. You're going to get Grady out for the last 6 seconds of this quarter, but just you got to keep Grady in this and involved and make sure he stays out of foul trouble because he's a thorn in the side of anybody's playing defense on.
So now it'll be Castleman on Will Cravens. Ball is poked away, though. Leeds is going to have it and then throw it up at the buzzer, and that will be the end of the quarter. 12-8 is our score. Ellsworth leading Southeast of Saline in a 4-point game. You're listening on KINA and watching live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com, and it's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers.
Frisbee Construction is a service organization for the commercial grain industry dedicated to giving you the best in planning, the best in quality, and the best of workmanship, and overall the best value for your dollar since 1949. Frisbee Construction specializes in new construction as well as remodel and repair of grain handling facilities throughout the Midwest. Frisbee Construction Company in Gypsum has emergency crews available as needed. For more information, go to frisbeeinc.com.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, 12-8, Ellsworth leading Southeast of Saline as we get ready for second quarter action. Senior recognition night here on the campus of Southeast of Saline, presented by New Image Audio. Good start here for Southeast of Saline, I think. Of course, you spot Will Cravens, 10 points. You need to throttle him back, but really the other guys aren't hurting you yet.
No, and Cravens hasn't had an easy look yet. I mean, he's just finished. His 10 points have been well-earned. They've been hard-earned, but you're not giving second-chance opportunities.
Here's a double screen for Cravens. He puts up a three-pointer about 3 feet behind the line. That comes off no good. Kirby Davis with the rebound. It's Davis, Jacobson, Bailey, Leeds, and Kerr. Daniel Kerr shoots the 3 and comes up short. Quick possession there by Southeast of Saline. Now a near steal, Gannon Jacobson, but it's going to be saved by Leighton Leiker. He'll go in the corner here to Lane Ross. Rolfs back to Liker. Those two out there. And a spin move by Stone. Basket up, comes off the rim, no good. Kirby Davis with another rebound. That was an athletic move by a big guy for Riley Stone.
Yeah, put Leeds in the spin cycle right there. Just all of a sudden found himself wide open, just missed a bunny. I'm sure he was dizzy. I'd have been dizzy right there, but just a great rebound by Kirby Davis.
Kerr with it. Plays left to Owen Bailey. Bailey's going to have to be his sensational scoring self to give Southeast a chance in this one. Here is a three-pointer on the way. Too strong, no good. Rebound up high. Cooper McGowan and Kirby Davis both going at it. McGowan had the possession, and Davis with the bump will draw the foul.
Yeah, and it looked like right there that Kerr might have had inside position, but McGowan rides over Kerr, and it was Davis that comes in from behind and draws the contact. That's a good call from the officials.
12-8 remains our score. Minute 15 into the fourth quarter, still looking for our first points. Ellsworth has the basketball back. Cravens with it. He'll come across the timeline, wanted to go high post to Stone. Stone has to outfight Leeds for the basketball. Then they go across the paint to McGowan, and Cooper McGowan is knocked to the floor. Free throws coming up. Bryson Flax doesn't like that foul call.
Yeah, it's funny how this game works, right? Like it's kind of a lazy bounce pass into Stone, and Leeds tries to jump it, but he didn't get there in time, and then it turns into a 2-on-1 for Ellsworth. Stone dishes it down to McCown, and McCown's kind of a nickel and dimer right there, but it's called on Davis, and McGowan hits the first.
First free throws of the game for Ellsworth. Cooper McGowan, the sophomore, makes the first. That was the second foul on Kirby Davis. Both free throws by Cooper McGowan are good. 14-8, back to a 6-point lead for the Bearcats. Southeast of Saline now working back on the offensive end. I know we talk about Will Cravens, and here's a three by Owen Bailey. That's no good. Rebound by Kerr on the backside. Now has to race to it, and he's going to get a foul here going after the basketball as he made contact with Leighton Liker.
Yeah, and that was one of those just loose balls. Liker did a really good job hustling the basketball, established possession, and carried a little bit of contact, but I think Liker was just off balance, and it makes it appear to be a foul with very minimal contact. That's the first on Kerr.
As I was saying there, we want to talk about Cravens in the offense, and rightfully so, but I don't think we give this Ellsworth team enough credit for their defense. Because they are a pretty good defensive unit. They play good team defense. Here's Kerr poking the ball out of bounds. He had Cravens bottled up in the corner. That ball will stay here with Ellsworth as Grady Gebhardt, Connor Castleman come back in. Kirby Davis, Owen Bailey will check out for Southeast.
No, you're exactly right. And we've seen this in the years past. A team with a single dominant score. But Ellsworth does such a good job just doing the little things. I mean, they make it extremely difficult to score. You get frustrated. All of a sudden, you relax defensively, and that's when Cravens pops off or Stone starts getting easy putbacks. You just got to stay completely disciplined for 32 minutes if you're playing against Ellsworth.
Rolfs up top nearly got himself in a bad spot with Gannon Jacobson guarding him closely. Now in the lane we go to Stone. He's trying to go against Leeds, and he traveled about 3 times. Official finally got one of them. That ball was moving, boy, but so were the feet the whole time as he was going crazy in the paint there.
And right there, it was Brenton Leeds. It was just his discipline. He just didn't commit. He just stayed in great defensive position, just kept rolling with it, and forces the turnover.
14-8 is our score. Ellsworth leading over Southeast of Saline. Southeast looking for their first points of the quarter here with 5:18 left to play. Halftime, we'll hook up with Shauna Smith, talk about a victorious senior night here for Southeast of Saline on the girls' side. Connor Castleman has it. Kerr now to Leeds. He'll play it over to Jacobson. Back down low. Right hand block to Leeds. He'll kick it out to Gebhardt. Castleman has it now. Tries to go for a spin move. Rolf's there, though, to shut him off after he turned. Now a skip pass over the top to Leeds. Southeast making sure this is a quality possession here. Daniel Kerr lost the basketball. It goes out of bounds. It will stay here with Southeast.
Yeah, you saw Kerr go to that left-hand baseline, which he's so strong at doing. And right there, Cooper McGowan had great position. It looked like the ball might have bounced off Kerr. But if you're Southeast, you'll take that, get a baseline inbounds, and we'll see if you can get something going off of this.
Here's Leeds into the high post. He hands it back to Daniel Kerr. Now Grady Gebhardt has it. Here's a Gannon Jacobson three. That is open. Liker was late getting there, and Jacobson made him pay for the first points of the quarter. It's a 3-point game, 14-11.
And when you're playing a team like Ellsworth, someone's got to get hot. Like, I mean, you can play good defense, you can stay fundamentally sound, but someone's going to have a game. And right now, it looks like, Gannon's hit that first three. Let's see if that opens the lid for Owen Bailey and Daniel Kerr and the others to start shooting from the outside.
There's Cravens driving from the corner, back into the rim. Can't get his first one to go, but in one motion, he goes back up and tips it back home. First basket of the quarter, 12 now in the half for Will Cravens. Southeast with it, back on their offensive end. Here's a pass that is mailed out of bounds by Grady Gebhardt, and it's a turnover for Southeast, their third of the game.
Yeah, that's a turnover you're not happy with. You've had so many quality possessions. If you're offense for Southeast Saline, you don't want to force that ball down there. Continue to work the ball around. If Leeds going to pop open, he'll pop right there. Grady tried to force it in there, just a little bit too high for Leeds, and I don't think Leeds is ready for it yet.
Here comes Cravens, back up the floor, walking with the basketball. He'll play it out left-hand side to Rolfs. 3:35 left to play here in this first half. Get it into Stone. Stone again immediately backing down Leeds. Shot up, no good. Leeds will clean up the rebound for Southeast of Saline. Here comes Connor Castleman with it. Little hesitation dribble. He'll play it back to Brenton Leeds. Now right-hand side, Kerr ends up with Jacobson. Another quick trigger three. That one's too strong, no good. Leeds gets the rebound for Southeast. He'll keep it alive for the Trojans. Kerr back up top with it. Daniel looking inside, and Stone over the right shoulder of Leeds will poke that ball away. Now it's Cravens in traffic, coasting away from the basket. Somehow gets it off the window, and it goes in. Holy cow.
When it was Stone coming through Leeds, I think Southeast wanted a foul right there. It looked like Leeds had good position, but regardless, Cravens just comes down, double clutches in the air. It's a strong finish.
Jacobson with it. Free throw line extended right-hand side. Now we'll skip it over to Leeds. Brenton will try another three, and he got this one. 1 of 2 in the game. Brenton Leeds from three-point land. They're really not honoring his shot out there. He may have more of those opportunities. The Southeast of Saline back within 4. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. More Trojan basketball when we come back.
You poured your heart and soul into the holidays. Then you poured everything else down the drain. Now a bit of post-holiday depression and that terrible, horrendous smell. What is that? That is your septic system backing up into your home, drains, and lives. If you haven't had your septic system pumped out and cleaned in the last 3 years, you are asking for trouble. Call Saline Septic Service today, and we'll make sure you're ready for all things that need to drain. And stay there. Saline Septic Service. Call us today before it's too late.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
High school basketball on a Tuesday night. Devin Haney, Tyler Smith, glad you could join us. Live stream video free of charge on SalinaPost.com. Brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. 18-14, Ellsworth leading Southeast of Saline. 2:40 left to play here before the half. Southeast with the deficit, Ellsworth with the lead and the basketball. Liker, Cravens, along with Lane Rolfs, Cooper McGowan, Dax Liker on the floor right now for the Bearcats. Omar Calzada, Owen Bailey has come back in for Southeast of Saline. They're out there with Daniel Kerr, Gannon Jacobson, and Connor Castleman. Here's Cravens, fancy dribbling, goes behind his back, rises up from 15, can't get it to go. Southeast back the other way. Bailey with it on the right wing, now to Kerr. Kerr skip pass over the top to Jacobson. Gannon Jacobson puts on a spin move. He wants to come baseline. Splits a double team off the window. Too hard, no good. Fight for the rebound is going to be won by Cooper McGowan. Boy, that is what he brings to this team. He's a sophomore, but he really gets after rebounds.
Yeah, he's big enough to small and skinny. That body's just going to grow. You can tell broad shoulders, but he'll bang right now as just a sophomore, and that's a scary thing if you're an opponent of Ellsworth, that he's willing to get down and dirty right now as a sophomore.
Ellsworth has a 4-point lead and the ball, 18-14, 1:35 left to go before the intermission. Dax Liker on the left-hand side. Near steal, though, by Castleman. Lane Rolfs has to bring it out and get a reset here. Cravens right now trying to go mid lane and get the ball down low against Daniel Kerr. We saw this earlier. Ellsworth doesn't appear to be in much of a hurry here either, as they are being patient. Isolation here. Cravens in the paint. Kerr rises up with him. Bothered the shot. The ball being saved. Back in bounds from Calzada. And Southeast of Saline has it on the takeaway. Under a minute to go.
Well, I love that from Calzada. I don't know if somebody got a deflection on that or not, but he didn't give the officials an opportunity to make that call. He just went after the loose ball, saved it safely into a Southeast Trojan hands, and it's back to back for the White.
Carried, little drive. He goes to Castleman for a 15-foot elbow jumper. That's no good. Ellsworth has it back. Couple empty possessions there, one on each end. Ellsworth could have the last say at it here if they want to. They lead by 4. 30 seconds left to play before the halftime break. 18-14. Leighton Leiker has it. Now he'll go right to Lane Rolfs. Three-pointer, and that's a dagger. Lane Rolfs, his first basket of the night. And he gets a three-pointer on the right-hand side. Back to a 7-point Bearcat lead. Kerr with it now. Southeast of Saline, a chance to score. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. Owen Bailey has it. Clock down to 7. Back to Jacobson. Now to Kerr. Clock down to 5. Daniel Kerr wants to drive. Little hesitation move, and a blocking foul will be called here on Lane Rolfs. Southeast of Saline will have the baseline inbound with 1.9 left.
Well, Ellsworth didn't like the call, but if I'm Ellsworth, I'm elated with that call because Kerr ends up getting a wide open bucket right there if you don't make the call and you don't blow the whistle.
Yeah, you had a foul to give. Here's a buzzer jumper by Owen Bailey, who looked like he got fouled at the buzzer. And Bryson Flax, want to know why the official didn't call that? To me, that was kind of obvious. 21-14, though, nonetheless, a 7-point lead by Ellsworth here at the break. When we come back on the Knopf Auto and Truck Accessories halftime report, we'll go over numbers from the first half. We'll also flash back to the girls' contest and a conversation with Shauna Smith. That's all coming up when we come back. Senior Recognition Night here on the campus of Southeast of Saline, and it's brought to you by New Image Audio.
Knopf Auto.
At this time, we will honor our 2024 senior band members and sparklers and their parents. We will start out. Our first band member is Hannah Blevins. Hannah is the daughter of Lori and Dennis Rundquist. Hannah is a 4-year member of band and led her 4 years. She has also received the Louis Armstrong Award, the Trojan Choice Award, and Most Outstanding Soloist Award. Hannah has also represented the Trojans as a member of the NCAA League Honor Band for 3 years. Hannah will be attending Kansas State University and majoring in psychology. Next up, it's Reagan Gooden. Reagan is the daughter of Christy Lynn Whiphorse and Seth Gooden. Reagan is a 4-year member of band and led her 3 years. Reagan received a 1 rating at state for trumpet solo in 2023. Reagan plans to attend the University of Missouri-Kansas City for Media Art with plans of opening her own photography business. Reagan Gooden. And next up, it's Grayson McVeigh. Grayson is the son of Tricia and Kinsey McVeigh. Grayson is a 4-year member of band and represented the Trojans as a member of the NCAA League Honor Band for 2 years. He has also won the Trojan Choice Award. Grayson plans to attend Fort Hays State and study psychology. Grayson McVeigh. Next up, it's Asher Swank. Asher is the son of Tyson and Katie Swank. Asher's a 4-year member of band and led her 2 years. Asher has represented the Trojans as a member of NCAA League Honor Band for 2 years. Asher plans to attend Kansas State University and study biochemistry with an emphasis in pre-med. Asher Swank. Next up is Haley Teal. Haley is the daughter of Janelle and Andrew Teal. Haley is a 4-year member of the band, led her 4 years. Haley has represented the Trojans as a member of the NCAA League Honor Band for 2 years. Haley plans to attend Fort Hays State University and major in art and design. Our next senior is Addison Dutchchalk. Addison is the daughter of Cassie and Chad Gottschalk and Sarah and Judy Shelby. Addison is a 4-year member of band and Sparklers. She has lettered 3 years in both. She's represented the Trojans as a member of the NCAA League Honor Band 2 years and received the Director's Choice Award in 2023. As a member of Sparklers, Addison was selected captain 2 years and received the All-American Dancer Award. Addison plans to attend Wichita State University and major in accounting. And our last senior is Isabel Christian. Isabel Christensen. Isabel is the daughter of Mandy and Kevin Christensen. Isabel is a 3-year letter winner and 1-year captain for Sparklers. Isabel plans to attend Wichita State and major in biomedical engineering. Isabel Christensen. We wish to thank the 2024 senior band members, Sparklers, basketball, every senior and every parent for all the support that you have lended to our activities here at Southeast of Saline. You are truly, truly appreciated in all you've done. Thank you. We will have a performance of the Sparklers here in just a couple of minutes. Give them a chance to get ready.
Place. I thought you guys played really good tonight.
Yeah, especially playing last night, sometimes you just don't know how that's going to go.
Yeah.
And like I said, and we didn't practice today before them. We did it. We went over stuff yesterday, and we went over stuff earlier today a little bit, but not an actual practice for them. But I thought we did a really good job of, we didn't give up easy things.
Yep.
But that's what we've kind of gone back to that. We got to sit down and play some half court inside the 3-point line, really good defense. And I thought we didn't give up very many easy shots tonight. I just thought we did a really good job of staying composed.
Yeah, your defense holds them down to 36 points. Did you feel maybe midway through the second quarter when you were going through those things offensively and had a few turnovers, did you see maybe the impact of last night's game? Because last night's game was a high-tempo game. There was some weary legs out there and some kind of tiredness, wasn't there? I
would agree, and that's kind of, we kind of tried to sub there a little bit too, just because I felt like it did look like that. And they didn't play last night, and they usually play 10 to 12 kids. So that's it. We always know that they are going to keep throwing kids at us. So I did notice that, but I thought we had this talk in the locker room about. I told my other girls, they got to learn from my 3 seniors that just be mentally tough. Yeah. That's just a mental toughness in part of the game there that you play, and that's a sub-state setting there. You got to learn to sit down and play through that. It doesn't matter. Like we always say, I don't care that we played last night. That doesn't matter. That's not an excuse. And I thought we did a good job. We looked at it for a little real quickly, and then we got over that hump then.
This game was a microcosm, I think, of how your seniors have played throughout their career. As I said, Ellsworth took their only lead at 20-19, and then it was 18-5, all-lady Trojans. Brielle Potocik started that. She scored 6 points tonight, but they were back-to-back because she just was not having them be out in front. But you look back at the record books, and Tyler and I shared a lot of stats about these girls today. This is their 43rd start, by the way, as a group, where all 3 of them are in the starting lineup together. That just in itself is a mind-boggling stat. But I always go back. You and I have talked about this a lot, about not losing 2 games in a row. The first 2 varsity games of their varsity career when they were freshmen are the last 2 games that were lost back-to-back by your squad. That was December 4th and December 8th of 2020. Again, they looked at that situation and said, we're not doing that again, because they haven't since. To me, that just says a lot about this group.
Yeah, and that is. It's one of the things that they know how to win and how to stick it out and, play through some of those things, because the game's not always going to go the correct way. And those 3 there's some special kids.
You have a week off now before you go to Beloit to round out the regular season. What is the mental preparation of this like? Because it is a very real situation that with a 15-5 record, let's just say that may happen, or a record that is 14-6, whatever happens in Beloit a week from tonight, you could be on the road for the first-round sub-state. Is that something psychologically that you kind of start working on with them, that's the challenge in front? If you go win a road game, you get the next 2 back here at home?
Yeah, well, we already talked about that. We have 3 more. Well, we want 3 more games here at home. That's one thing here we talked about. But, tomorrow we're going to go easy. Probably we have had 4 games in the last 6 days. I'll be honest with you, I have had, it just seemed like it's just been go, go, go. Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to come out and just do we're going to tidy up some things. We're going to take Thursday off. We have not had a day off from practice since basically we started the season in November. And besides the snow day, that maybe a couple times we couldn't have practice, and that was not by our choice. So we're going to take Thursday off, then we'll come back Friday and, again, tidy some more things up that we just need to get crisper on for the sub-state setting, and things like, last-second plays we need to run through. We always try to do those about every couple of weeks for some reminders, just like how we're going to run things. And probably put in a couple extra new things that we need to do just for the season. Sub-state, everybody scouted you. They knew all of our out-of-bounds plays, which is fine, but we just got to run them better now.
Yeah, I love it. Offensively, I think you're playing as good as what you've played all season long. Of course, your defense is always consistent. Write me one of those coaches' notes. I'll take Thursday off, too. How's that sound?
Okay, sounds good.
Good job on the win tonight. We will see you a week from tonight.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Shauna Smith, her girls tonight get their 14th victory of the season, and they do it 49-36 over the Ellsworth Bearcats. Halftime of the boys contest, 21-14 is our score. Ellsworth leading southeast of Saline. We ran out of time there. We went a little long with Coach Smith. That's okay, though. Ellsworth right now being led by Will Cravens with 14. 3 for Lane Ross, 2 for Cooper McGowan, and 2 for Ben Hipp. Southeast of Saline, 5 for Gannon Jacobson, 5 for Brenton Leeds, 4 for Owen Bailey. Turnovers, southeast of Saline with only 3, Ellsworth with only 2. And that is the story right now as we go to the break here, 21-14. Both teams out of the locker room, and they are ready to rock and roll once again. Boy, turnovers really aren't the story. Just 5 combined turnovers between these two teams. You almost think you like what you've done here with Will Cravens. I know he averages 20. He's at 14 right now. Just some rebounds and just a couple of plays every now and then. But this is the story of a good team. We've lived that life here at Southeast of Saline for the last 3 years on the guys' side with basketball. And you kind of seemingly do everything right, but you miss a couple of shots, Tyler Smith, and all of a sudden you're down by 7. Again, turnover's not the problem. It's just making a couple of plays here and there on top of their misses, isn't it?
It is, and you're within punching distance, aren't you? I mean, a couple stops, couple buckets, and you're right back in this. I mean, you're only down 7. Just keep doing what you're doing. Force Cravens to force difficult shots up. Someone's going to get going for Southeast, and all of a sudden it's going to be a different basketball game.
21-14. Southeast starts out with the basketball. Brenton Leeds has it. He plays it now to Owen Bailey. Bailey looked like he wanted to come off that pick, but he didn't have enough daylight, and they're going to call a player control foul here against Daniel Kerr, and that might light the fuse of Bryson Flax because that's another call that he doesn't agree with.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that call with the flow of the game that we've seen officiate so far. I thought Cooper McCowan did a great job getting defensive positioning first. However, it's just one of those that looked like he wasn't completely set. He was still sliding, didn't have that initial setup there. It's just the consistency, and I think that's what Coach Flax, what every coach wants.
He'll take the official that's closest to him. The other one vacated the area pretty quickly. So he's still having a conversation, even though it might be with himself at times right now, and that's probably for the best. Liker with it, Leighton Liker. Swing it left now to Lane Rolfs. Rolfs to Cravens. Those 3 playing catch about 8 feet beyond the 3-point line. They'll go back to Rolfs on the left. Looked like Gannon Jacobson disrupted that pass a little bit. Couldn't spring a free throw. And now Cravens with the basketball lost it. Kerr will pick it up. Just the 3rd turnover on Ellsworth, but southeast of Saline gives it right back as Liker now will lose it out of bounds, and the two teams exchanging turnovers there.
Yeah, and the great hustle play from Liker just to keep up with it. And we saw Kerr try to go to Jacobson right there. Didn't have a lob. He had to go with the bounce pass, and that the ball just slowed down enough having to hit the basketball floor that Liker just kept sprinting through and was able to get the basketball back for Ellsworth.
Over a minute in, 21-14, still our score. Ellsworth leading southeast of Saline. This is not an easy road for Ellsworth. We talked about they had just 2 losses coming into this game as Riley Stone is able to turn and score. That's his first basket. But they end up here after the 2 losses with Beloit. They end up here with Southeast tonight. Then they go home Friday for a game with Bennington, who's pretty solid on the boys' side this year. And then they end up with Sacred Heart on the final game of the season.
Yeah, tough stretch. Exactly the kind of stretch you want if you're Ellsworth. Get postseason tough.
Gannon Jacobson shot a 3 on the right-hand side. That comes up short. Ellsworth with the ball. leading by 9. It's been their biggest lead of the game thus far. 23-14. Liker with it, right side, free throw line extended. He'll come back to Cravens. Cravens nearly lost it again as Kerr really starts to work him over on that dribble. Kerr with those quick hands. Liker has it back now. Here's Rolfs for a 3. Hit one in the first half. That's no good. Comes in, tries to get his own rebound, and he knocks it out of bounds.
Oh, they're going to keep it with Ellsworth. Again, it's one of those, you see the angle of the basketball. And
not only that, but also the arm. There's only one arm that could have hit that basketball that way, and it was not a Southeast jersey. And now Bryson Flax is just finding out that they gave it to Ellsworth. And that's going to irritate him even more. He had a swing at the ball, really, is what it was for Rolfs. And now we come up with another call down low that's going to turn it back over to Southeast. They say there's no such thing as a makeup call.
And I think every once in a while an official will see that maybe a call was, everybody's human out here.
23-14. Southeast has the ball. They trail it by 9. Leads with it. Now to the right, it's Kerr. There's a gamble on a steal by Cravens. He couldn't get there. Bailey keeps it for Southeast. Now plays a pass to the left to Jacobson. Kerr inside. Slammed on the brakes. Lucky he didn't get caught with a travel there, but he's able to keep his feet underneath him. There's Castleman with it. He'll skip it out in the corner now to Bailey. Bailey back to Jacobson. It's not a lot of daylight, not a lot of opening here on this offense.
No, they're closing out on Bailey, and Jacobson is immediately, when they catch the ball, you see Liker just do it right there on Owen Bailey. They're just giving him no room to kind of wiggle free and get those open three-point shots that we've seen them hit so many nights.
And Ellsworth looks like they're as comfortable playing at this slower pace than anybody right now. Here's Stone inside, another isolation with him in Leeds, and he's going to elevate and score again. Riley Stone was kind of owned by Brenton Leeds in that first half, but he has come out here and provided the first 4 Ellsworth points.
Yeah, on Stone's first field goal of the quarter, we saw Leeds try to go up high, and Stone got an easy bucket right there. He finished with Leeds at his back.
30-second timeout, Southeast of Saline. We will take it. Ellsworth has come out and established an 11-point lead halfway through the third here on KINA.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent, Stephanie Kniper, wants to put her experience to work for you. Stephanie Kniper proudly serves Saline County and Salina families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Farmers Insurance at 785-825-8419 to get smarter about your Farmers Insurance. Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Hoops on KINA.
4:34 to go, 25-14. Ellsworth leading over Southeast of Saline. Ellsworth comes in. They are the 5th-ranked team in the state of Kansas in Class 3A. Southeast comes in on their first 3-game winning streak of the season. Both teams, of course, trying to jockey around for sub-state positions. The league title has been decided on the boys' side. Beloit is going to take that. There's Bailey inside. He'll pitch it out. Castleman back inside a triple team. That ball deflected and out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast.
And Devin, it's just Ellsworth's ability to scramble after that initial kind of drive by somebody. You saw right there, Castleman, great first step, gets by the first Ellsworth defender, but just collapses on him. Nobody hangs their head on Ellsworth. Everybody's scrambling back and makes for a difficult pass back to Bailey.
Ellsworth's in a man-to-man, I understand that, but they're sagging and they're helping so much, it almost looks zone-ish, doesn't it?
It does, and they're forcing you, they'll attack you, as you see Bailey right there drive the baseline and finish. Nifty little layup from Bailey, but yeah, they're not going to give you any open daylight, but they're going to sag and make things difficult for you down low.
Owen Bailey gets his first points and Southeast of Saline's first basket of the second half. Pulls us back to a single-digit lead for Ellsworth, 25-16. Cravens with the ball, guarded by Kerr. Out to Cooper McGowan. Now back to Leighton Liker. Cravens all the way out near the timeline. Now back to Lane Rolfs. Cravens challenging Kerr again. Tries to rise up. He does so. Shot won't come off into the hands of Brenton Leeds. Now to Jacobson. Gannon Jacobson. Spin move and a layup. The highlight of the night right there is Gannon Jacobson put an Ellsworth Bearcat in a spin cycle on his way to a lay-in.
And again, so controlled. I mean, it looked so out of control from Jacobson, but he was in control the entire time. He had that play set up from the second he caught the basketball. It's a great, mature finish from the sophomore.
Holy cow, that brings it back to a 7-point game. 4 straight points now by Southeast of Saline out of Bryson Flax's timeout. Here's Cooper McGowan along the baseline. He's stuck there momentarily, but his pass out went through the hands of Rolfs. Rolfs will gather it up, shoot the long three, and now a foul called inside. Brenton Leeds again going at it with Riley Stone. Those two really going after it here one-on-one. That time Stone will get the foul.
And maybe that spark from Jacobson is all you need right now if you're Southeast. Now you come down, you get a big defensive rebound, you get a foul on Stone. Now it's time to really put something together offensively if you're Southeast of Saline.
Brenton Leeds in the first meeting, I felt like Riley Stone really got the best of him. Leeds was unable to score in that game. Stone only had 6, but it was just kind of that thing where you wanted to see Brenton play a little bit better. He is doing that so far here tonight, and his last couple of weeks have really been good. Here's Calzada now inside. He runs into a brick wall, shoots one over the top of the rim, and it's going to be rebounded by Ellsworth. Now a run out. Rolfs up the floor. Shut off there by Jacobson. Rolfs will bring it back out, wanting to hand it off to Leiker. Leiker with the basketball. Now back to Lane Rolfs. He's on the left wing. Guarded by Jacobson now. High screen coming from Riley Stone as he is now being guarded by Omar Calzada. We go inside 2 minutes left to play here in the third period. 7-point Ellsworth lead. Rolfs with the basketball. Now a sweeping bounce goes to Cooper McGowan. Back left-hand side to Rolfs. That baseline was wide open, but he turned it down, and now a foul will be called on Daniel Kerr. Cravens tried to sweep a crossover in front of him. Weird to slap up here.
Yeah, and Kerr's had a lot of success with that hand right there. I mean, you know, you talk about these players, you're talking about 2 seniors that have played against each other multiple times, not just during the season, but also during the summer. They're so used to each other. It's a great battle to watch, and right now, Cravens just continues to fight through things, but Kerr's making things really difficult for him this half.
25-18. Cravens and Kerr most of the night going mano-a-mano. They were the quarterbacks of their football teams, too. Oh, here's Cravens, a rise up and a shot that goes down. His first points of the second half. He has 16.
And again, it was his prep dribble that just kind of got everything set up and just elevated. He just goes straight up vertical, just great finish.
Kerr all the way to the cup, left one strong off the window. Now Cravens running free. Kerr out of the play right now. Kerr trying to recover. Calzada's going to step up and take Cravens. Here's Cooper McGowan along the baseline. Back to Rolfs. He'll shoot the open three. That goes in. That's his second. 2 3-pointers for Lane Rolfs.
And it's the roles and responsibilities of this Ellsworth team. Nobody's forcing a shot. We've seen Cooper McGowan a couple times bust wide open for a 3, and he doesn't take it, and he just gives the ball to somebody. And Rolfs he's been the benefactor of 2 of those, just sets his feet, and all of a sudden no one's flying at him. He's buried 2 daggers for Ellsworth.
Kerr with it now to Kirby Davis, who has checked back into the game. Grady Gebhardt in there as well. We're closing out the third quarter. 35 seconds left to go. Here's Jacobson for 3. That won't go down for Gannon. And now a rebound taken in by Ellsworth and a shot to end the third quarter here for the Bearcats. 25 seconds left to go. Cravens comes across the timeline. He is met there by Kerr. See if these two go one-on-one to end the quarter. Clock down to 12. Cravens starts to float towards the scorer's table. One-handed pass back to Rolfs. They're trying to get him going. Heat check from Rolfs. That won't go down. Rebound by Stone on the deck. Gebhardt in there to tie it up. Clock running down. A shot at the buzzer is no good. And give some credit there to the sophomore, Grady Gebhardt. 30-18 is our score. Ellsworth leading over Southeast of Saline as we go to the fourth and final quarter here on KINA.
The hardest working tractor is always the easiest to work with. Prairie Land Partners offers over 200 hard-working attachments to accompany your John Deere compact utility tractor. From pallet forks, backhoes, box blades, rotary mowers and tillers to rear blades, they have the attachments to tackle the jobs that you and your property demand. Stop by any Prairie Land Partners location or visit them online to learn more.
Delivering the right solution. Prairie Land Partners.
You're telling me your driver turns you on remotely?
It feels so good. One gentle touch of a handy remote or mobile app and my motor's running. And don't fret, my little pickup pal. New Image Audio installs these inside trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
You'll want it when the winter chill hits. A remote start from New Image Audio for cars, trucks, even diesels. All systems remote and cell phone capable. Nationwide coverage. Get yours at New Image Audio on South Broadway.
In Salina.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline Basketball on KINA.
Entering the fourth quarter, 30-18 is our score. Ellsworth with a 12-point lead. It's been their biggest lead of the night thus far. Fourth quarter coming up. You can watch it on live stream video free of charge, SalinaPost.com. It's brought to you by Commercial Tire Centers. Senior recognition night. 3 on the girls' side, 5 on the guys' side as far as the basketball teams go. Southeast starts out here on defense. It's Castleman, Jacobson, Davis, Calzada, Gebhardt on the floor for Southeast of Saline.
Yeah.
Ellsworth rolls the basketball out of bounds. They're going to call a foul on that far side. Talk to me about that one, Tyler.
It looked like Dax Leiker was just trying to break free, and he kind of got his arm up and just kind of connected with Kirby Davis's. And Davis was trying to get away. I mean, he was trying to get both arms in the air, but he was hooked up with Leiker, and they're going to call the foul on Kirby Davis.
12-point lead for Ellsworth. Bearcats setting here trying to inbound a little lollipop pass up there, and they didn't take the athleticism again, and Jacobson into account. Jacobson goes up, tips it away. Now an and one coming up for Connor Castleman. He has a chance to bring this game back to within single digits.
Well, Devin, you noted this at the quarter break. It was Coach Trenton Douglas that was just getting into every player and just looking right in the eye, and every single player just complete eye contact with Coach Trenton Douglas, and it was fire. You could tell there was some, it was heated. It was passionate. And Connor Castleman right there just comes out. It's a strong finish, and that's the spark you're going to need to get this thing back going on the right track for Southeast.
Castleman scoring the bucket, has 7. Also tacked the free throw on to the end of it. And now a foul will be called here on Southeast of Saline.
And that's one of this game. I mean, you start looking, it's extremely low scoring. So it's one of those, you have to start thinking about possessions wise. Like you're going to be aggressive defensively. You called for a foul, that's fine, because some part of this game, you have to find more possessions to get yourself offensive touches.
Riley Stone inside with another bucket. He has 6. Jacobson with it. Tried the baseline. He'll pitch it out now to Castleman. Castleman, underhand pass to Gebhardt. Now inside Calzada. He's going to turn, bothered by Stone. And Brenton Leeds comes right back to the table to check in.
Yeah, it looked like Stone just did a good job taking away the left side. And all of a sudden, Calzada had to go to the right. He goes from a nice little 2-foot left-handed shot to a 5-foot right-handed shot with contesting. It was just a difficult shot.
Here's a shot now by Riley Stone. He's barking the official. Thought he was fouled. Rebound being brought down by Gebhardt. Up the floor now. Castleman back to Gebhardt on the right-hand side. Southeast continues to work through their offense here. Jacobson with it. Now back to Castleman. Tries to get in there, splits a double team, and lost the basketball off the backboard.
Yeah, at some point, again, it's that Ellsworth defense. It's just so packed in. Like, you don't want to force a shot. You don't want to take a contested 3, but if the ball movement's there and you have a wide open 3, you've got to pull the trigger. You've got to pull it quick because the defense is going to fly at you. But right now, if you have an open shot, that's going to be the best shot of the offensive possession.
Owen Bailey's coming to the table. He will join Brenton Leeds. And now a foul will be called on Connor Castleman.
And it's that first step from Cravens right there. Castleman just, his initial step was fine, and then Cravens just crossed him over, and Castleman got caught in a bad spot. It's a nice play from the big-time senior from Ellsworth.
Calzada, Gebhardt, and Jacobson all check out here for Southeast of Saline. Kerr, Bailey, and Leeds check in. Castleman and Davis will stay on the floor for the Trojans. 32-21. It's an 11-point lead here for Ellsworth. Castleman gambled for a steal. Now the pitch out. from Dax Leiker to Lane Rolfs. Rolfs now will pitch it back to Cravens. Cravens lost Kerr, who was gambling for the steal. He'll get all the way to the cup, score, and collect the foul.
I tell you what, Cravens, and it hasn't been fun from our point of view because we've had to see this, but his physical and just his maturation over the last 4 years, seeing him as a freshman, extremely crafty, just didn't really have the body. And you talk about a player that's just grown into he's going to be a good player at the next level, and you're just seeing how he's taking this team on his back.
Leeds gets the second foul. Cravens completes the three-point play. He has 19. 35-21. Now a 14-point Bearcat lead.
Go.
And a three-pointer that is up and good. That three-pointer from Owen Bailey. He has 5.
And inside out, ball goes down to Leeds. Leeds just finds Bailey as he drifts down to the baseline. That's a big-time 3 from Bailey.
Southeast not done yet here in this low-scoring game. 35-24 is our score. We go inside 5 minutes to play. Still a lot of basketball left. Southeast, I'm sure, looking forward to a break as they have been out in a frantic NBA schedule type pace, but still have 5 minutes left to play here in this boys game. There's a backdoor cut there by Riley Stone. Looked like he walked with the basketball, and they're going to end up getting a foul called against Southeast of Saline. Well, he shuffled those feet several times.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It looked like everybody for Southeast is exactly where you wanted them to be, and I don't know how Stone got through without taking a step, but they're gonna whistle. It looks like Leeds for his third foul.
So Brenton Leeds gets his third foul. Stone makes the free throw. It's his first free throw attempt of the night. Ellsworth as a team, 4 of 4.
Well, that tells you how good the defense has been down low for Southeast. This is Stone's only his first free throws of the night because he's touched the ball a lot down there. It's just been really disciplined defense from Southeast down low.
Back to a 13-point Ellsworth lead. Kirby Davis with the basketball. He'll hand it off to Owen Bailey. Bailey now will go back to Davis as they start to play on the left-hand side of the floor. Now to Kerr. We approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Here's Kerr on the drive, up and under move, a lot of body contact. I'm not sure how you're calling that on one end of the floor and not the other. And I know Bryson Flax has the same thought right now because his body language isn't great right now.
No, it was great from Kerr. I mean, Kerr got Rolfs up in the air. He went into him. He knew exactly what he was doing, but no foul called.
There's Cravens inside, contorts his body around Brenton Leeds somehow, and scores again. 5 points in the quarter for Cravens after a quiet third. He has 21. 3:49 left to go. Kirby Davis at the right elbow, now out to Castleman. Those two playing catch in the center of the floor. Now it's Owen Bailey, left-hand side 3. That one falls flat off the back of the rim, and the rebound taken in by Lane Rolfs for Ellsworth. 39-24. Run and jump there as Kerr came over. Now they go to Dax Leiker, guarded by Castleman. Approaching the 3-minute mark. Castleman out top, now on Rolfs. Rolfs nearly lost the basketball. Now he picks it up and bounces it back to Dax Leiker. A timeout will be called here by Ellsworth. 3:10 left to play. 39-24. Ellsworth with a 15-point lead. They want a 30-second timeout. We'll step away on KINA.
Farmers, now is the time to start planning for next spring. Phillips Seed stands ready to work with you to nail down the best seed genetics for your operation. They can help you select from their top-performing corn hybrids and soybean varieties, as well as seed treatments to get your crops off to a fast start. Find them online at phillipseed.com, Facebook, on X, or call 785-949-2204. That's 785-949-2204. Phillips Seed, serving, innovating, growing since 1985.
You're listening to Southeast of Saline basketball on KINA.
3:10 left to play here at Southeast of Saline High School. 39-24 is our score. Southeast of Saline trailing Ellsworth right now. Bearcats with the basketball. Cravens up high. You'd probably think that it's probably a point now where Ellsworth's just going to want to run this clock down, wouldn't you, Tyler?
Yeah, without a doubt, especially with the way their defense is playing. I mean, it's their defense. You can see Coach Rolfs. He called the initial timeout before that possession with intent, with purpose, and Ellsworth didn't do that. As you saw, they were all of a sudden in a trap. You see a full timeout again called by Coach Rolfs.
We'll take a full timeout. 2:51 left to go. Still a 15-point Ellsworth lead on KINA.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Suburban Appliance Center is your official dealer for Traeger grills. Check out this 6-in-1 versatile unit that grills, bakes, smokes, roasts, braised, and barbecues. Suburban is your exclusive dealer for the Traeger Timberline series, and they have your Traeger spices too. Suburban Appliance Center, they are locally owned and they offer appliance brands like Amana, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and of course Maytag. Suburban also offers exceptional service. Suburban Appliance Center, 1900 South 9th.
You're listening to Southeast Trojan Hoops on KINA.
39-24 out of another Ellsworth timeout. Bearcats with a big lead here over Southeast of Saline. 2:45 left to play here at Southeast of Saline High School. Last game of the regular season here at home for Southeast of Saline. They do not play on Friday, and they will be back in action 1 week from tonight when they travel north to Belleville to take on Republic County to round out the regular season. Then, of course, postseason basketball will be interesting because Southeast of Saline is hosting an 8-team sub-state. Ellsworth right now just playing the clock out, just running the ticker down. Southeast playing for steals or fouls, and Ellsworth throws it into the backcourt. They're going to turn it over here. It's just the 6th turnover of the game for Ellsworth. For Southeast of Saline, they only have 4.
Yeah, and it's been a pretty clean game. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of turnovers, and you see, I love watching Coach Brett Rolf's coach over there. I mean, he sits down the entire game. He's intense during timeouts, and when he's going, every single player's looking at him. You see Leeds miss a 3, but I mean, he's super intense over there when he has his players' attention.
Boy, Connor Castleman kept that Leeds miss alive off the rim. Jacobson came in, tried to lay it in, and he could not get it to go down, and now loose ball will go out of bounds. Will be awarded to Southeast.
Yeah, 2 just super athletic sophomores right there with Jacobson and McGowan fighting after that basketball. And they're saying it went off of McGowan.
Jacobson will swing it left now to Owen Bailey. Back up top. Leeds has it. Now to Kerr on the right wing. Kerr will work his way back to the middle of the floor. A little one-hand lob pass over to Owen Bailey, who's dancing with the ball between his legs now on the dribble. Comes back to Jacobson. He tries to step through. Now to Castleman. Castleman gets to the middle of the paint. His shot is up and in. Connor Castleman, 5 points in the quarter, has 9 for the game. He is following up what he did last night in Ellenwood. Now near steal by Leeds goes out of bounds. It's a 13-point game with 80 seconds left, 1:20 on the clock.
Yeah, it's Castleman's mid-range game that's super impressive, and that opens up his ability to drive to the basket. Like you said, just super athletic. But at times, it's almost like he forgets that. He's just got to continue to have a lot of confidence in himself because offensively and defensively, he can do a lot of good for Southeast.
There's a near steal by Southeast of Saline. Cravens, though, will scoop it up and keep it for Ellsworth. And now a foul will be called against Southeast of Saline. Here's a score update from Salina. Beloit and Sacred Heart going to the fourth quarter. Beloit leading 45-44 over Sacred Heart.
Dual screen that thing for sure. If you're listening to us right now and you're watching us, get both these things on TV.
Or just watch the rest of this game and then go watch that one. It's on demand. You can watch it, rewind it, do whatever you want to do with it. Craven's on it good on the free throw. That's his second of the night. He's 2 of 2. And this attempt also into the cup. 23 points by Cravens. Extends that Southeast deficit back to 15. Ellsworth leading 41-26. Here's Jacobson pretty much willing his way to the rim, taking all kinds of contact. He's going to score. Now he has 9 and a foul called as well.
Yeah, great job from Jacobson. He just gets that ball in the right elbow and just continues to go downhill. McGowan just caught in a horrible spot, just never got leverage. He's going to be whistled for his second foul of the night.
Jacobson's free throw is up and good. He has 10 now for the evening. Down to a 12-point game, and there's an Ellsworth Bearcat all by themselves. They're going to hand it off to Cravens, who will go up and try to dunk, and he missed it, but a foul called on Kerr.
Looked like a very anticipated call. Don't think there was a lot of contact. I think they're just trying to discuss if there's...
We're not in a great spot to question calls on the other side of the floor. I didn't see anything, honestly. I don't know.
I think the anticipation was, we know a dunk's getting ready to happen. Let's get ready to protect the players. And then all of a sudden, I think Daniel Kerr just realized he wasn't going to be able to get a hand on the basketball and just kind of held up. But nevertheless, foul called on Cravens as he goes up.
So Kerr will collect his 5th. He is out of the game. Did not score in this game tonight. Cravens at the free throw line, has not missed. He's 3 of 3. He'll get a couple of here. And that one right through the middle. Second free throw attempt on the way. That one crawled out on him. Score remains 13-point deficit for Southeast. Has the basketball back, 42-29. There's Owen Bailey with it all the way to the cup. Left-handed runner is up and good. And a timeout is going to be called by Southeast of Saline. 42 seconds left to go. It's an 11-point game. And a full timeout. We'll step aside here on KINA.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Mary Maids in Salina offers house cleaning services you can see and feel. Your home is more than just a house. It's where memories are made and moments are cherished. Though life can be complicated, house cleaning shouldn't be. Mary Maids strives to take the stress out of your day so you can live your life your way. With more than 40 years experience and an advanced time-tested cleaning process, they can help you reclaim time with your loved ones. Find Mary Maids on Facebook or check out their website at marymaids.com.
This is Trojan basketball on KINA.
Bennington State Bank scoreboard to check up. It is a final. This was a big game in the area involving 2 state-ranked 2A schools. Bennington tonight beats Saline 48-41. Big win there for the Bulldogs, who, by the way, will make the trip to Ellsworth on Friday. We'll have that game for you live streamed with video on SalinaPost.com. Ellsworth just lost the basketball out of bounds, and they're going to call a foul on Southeast. So more free throws coming up. For Ellsworth, this will be Leighton Liker stepping to the free throw line. He has not scored tonight. Foul is whistled against Connor Castleman, his second. First free throw by Liker is up and good. Bennington has big wins now over Mound Ridge and tonight against Saline. 2 ranked teams in Class 2A. They are building some momentum.
Yeah, they really are, and they've got just 2 absolute hammers as well. Yeah. I mean, they've got several hammers. You don't right. do what they've done this year, but just they can go out and play. They've got athletes and some of the best athletes in the area, and you put them together on and you can say whatever you want about classes and levels, but they're just a great basketball team.
There's Owen Bailey in the corner. 3-pointer on the way off the feed from Jacobson. That's no good. Loose ball. Castleman will scoop it up. He will elevate and score. Connor Castleman scores another one here. 13 seconds left to go. The Ellsworth lead is 11, and Ellsworth bounces the basketball off the foot of Owen Bailey with 9.9 left. They will have to inbounds now, go the length of the floor. But the great thing for them is they don't have to cross half court.
They don't, and I think that's one thing that teams need to understand more often. Just check out the clock and understand what you have to do, and, of course, Will Cravens will get it. I'll tell you what, despite the 11-point loss, this wasn't a badly played game by any means from Southeast.
Yeah, it really wasn't. Cravens, though, with the advantage in scoring, and he leads his Ellsworth team with 24 points. 44-33 victory for the Ellsworth Bearcats, who again add another win to their total on the season. They will now move to 17-2 on the season. Southeast of Saline to 10-9. When we come back, numbers from this contest, also at Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game. Conversation with head coach Bryson Flax. It's all coming up in postgame. 44-33. Ellsworth wins it here on KINA.